And I look at
and victims to stay silent.
Jay was trying to get at her as well, and I didn't know. He was sending flowers and he was courting her.
Because the rumor originally was that you were connected to Jay. Exactly.
Welcome to the live video. We gotta talk about this one. Diddy warned Jay-Z to run and threatened to rat after arrest. You know, I want to say this before I get started. You know, Jay-Z and Diddy was, you know, the two was best friends, and Diddy feel that he left out and that Jay-Z claimed that he wasn't involved in these allegations with the 13-year-old girl. And he trying to distance himself because now Diddy had enough. And Diddy warned Jay-Z to run because he has threatened to rat after his arrest. Now, you guys all know that Diddy been denied, you know what I mean, of his bail 3 times. He was denied, and it's not looking good for him. So the only thing he can do is drop names. I'm gonna roll this clip. Make sure you guys join the live, share the live, because we got a lot to talk about. Let's go.
Hold on to your seats, folks, because today we're diving into one of the wildest rumored celebrity dramas of the year. Diddy, the king of controversy, has allegedly dropped a bombshell that's shaking Hollywood to its core. After his shocking arrest, sources claim he's warning none other than Jay-Z to run while he's still...
They are beefing behind the scenes. And let me tell you, Diddy is threatening Jay-Z. Diddy has had enough. He felt like, Jay-Z, you came out here trying to say that, you know, we were not friends. He felt played by Jay-Z. He's starting to hear behind the scenes, Jay-Z is dogging him. Rick Ross is dogging him. And now Diddy realized he's all on his own. He thought Jay-Z was his brother. He thought Jay-Z was going to have his back. But they are saying behind the scenes, Diddy told Jay-Z, Ninja, you better run. You better leave the country because I'm going to start talking soon and I'm going to let all this out. Y'all got to see this video. This video tells it all. Y'all have to watch it in its whole entirety. Okay, y'all have to listen real good. Listen to it twice, 3 times if you have to. Because when I look at...
Look, fam, you know, Diddy's running out of, you know what I mean? He's running out of everything right now. You know, the state has denied his bail. You know, he feel that his friends betrayed him. You know what I mean? His right man, you know, Jay-Z, you know what I mean, don't know nothing about these allegations. And now Diddy is about to drop the bombshell. So he's telling Jay-Z, you better run. You better run. Because you just as guilty. So you guys want to roll this clip? Make sure you guys join the live, share the live. Let's get this thing going because we got a lot to talk about. Let's go.
And I look at it again, I'm learning and I'm picking something else up, okay? It is a reason why everybody is still talking about this for all this time. This is very serious, y'all. Comment, let us know what y'all think. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe here at the Messy Sweet Spot, and let's hear what they got to say.
Rain-X premium silicone wiper blades last 2 times longer than traditional wipers. If Rain-X premium silicone wipers survive these conditions, clearly they'll last in yours. Rain-X, outsmart the elements.
Don't just take classes, take charge. Start your comeback today at PurdueGlobal.edu.
The perfect cash events app did not exist until now. I gotta tell you about Clio. Clio is a cash events app where you can get up to $250. And I already know what you're thinking. What about my credit? Well, there is no credit checks with Clio. And even better, there's no interest. So if you need $80 to help you pay that bill, you just pay the $80 back. No minimum direct deposit, no pay stubs, no W-2 forms. And to top it all off, you get to choose the repayment date that works best for you. And now because of Clio, when those unexpected expenses come, I don't even sweat it anymore. And if you're ready to push your payday forward, do yourself a favor and download the Clio app now.
If you or a family member experienced property damage in the LA fires, register to receive compensation. Many people may receive up to $500,000 or more in compensation. In some cases, residents may receive the full value of their home. We are helping people file claims against the power companies and others that may be responsible for the Los Angeles fires. Signing up is free and takes 2 to 3 minutes.
He and others pressured witnesses and victims to stay silent.
First of all, I want to get a shout out to Missy Sweet Spot YouTube channel. You know what I mean? Let's get a shout out to her, man. You know what I mean? Before I get started here. Now, we got a lot to cover up, family, because Jay-Z is willing to spill the beans on his former friend Jay-Z. It's not looking good, fam. Jay-Z was denied bail 3 times, and he knows that his attorney can only do so much in this case, man. In this RICO indictment case, his attorney can only do so much, and now that he got to start telling if he's going to get himself any time to get out of this situation. So we're gonna roll this clip. We definitely got a lot to talk about. Make sure you guys share the live, you know, like the live. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Let's get this thing going.
Jay was trying to get at her as well, and I didn't know. He was sending flowers and he was courting her.
Because the rumor originally was that you were connected to Jay. Exactly.
Gross.
Hold on to your seats, folks, because today we're diving into one of the wildest rumored celebrity dramas of the year. Diddy, the king of controversy, has allegedly dropped a bombshell that's shaking Hollywood to its core. After his shocking arrest, sources claim he's warning none other than Jay-Z to run while he still can. And here's the kicker. He's reportedly threatening to spill all the tea on their alleged dirty secrets. What's really going on behind the glitz and glam of these music moguls? Stick around because this story is messier than a soap opera. And trust me, you don't want to miss a single detail. Let's get into it. Diddy's arrest and allegations. You need to hear about this shocking situation. Diddy, the famous rapper and music producer, has caused a huge uproar online. He was arrested for serious accusations of sexual trafficking and forcing young men and women into non-consensual group sexual activity.
I want to say, fam, Diddy's not going to get himself out this one. He's in a lot of trouble. He's in a world trouble. He got these sexual allegations, sexual trafficking, there's arson. He got, you know what I mean? He got sexual trafficking underage. You know what I mean? This is not really looking good. Now he got to drop the bomb. Now he got to start telling if he's going to have any time to get himself a lesser sentence, a lesser bid. This is not looking good. Let's roll this clip. Let's go.
The authorities claim they have discovered hundreds of recordings of these events, which are even more disturbing than what was previously described in a lawsuit by Cassie, a woman who was once romantically involved with Diddy. But here's the most unexpected part. Many well-known celebrities were allegedly present in these recordings, including Jay-Z. Diddy is now apparently threatening Jay-Z and other business partners to help him escape legal consequences. He's saying that if they don't assist him, he will reveal all their secrets. When Diddy finally receives his punishment in court, the influential figures he...
You know, I want to say this. Diddy going to have to be careful of what names he say, what names he use in this RICO indictment, because if he gets to telling, then you're going to have people like Justin Bieber, you know what I mean, to reveal his story. You're gonna have people like Usher. You're gonna have people like Jimmy Fox. You're gonna have people like Cat Williams. Now remember, Tony Buzzy said there's a list, and don't be surprised that you see these big names, you know what I mean, be involved of Diddy federal RICO indictment.
Collaborated with might try to harm him. He knows this, and that's why he's revealing all their secrets before they can silence him. If I were Jay-Z, I would hire the very best legal professionals available because Diddy clearly has a lot of information to expose, and he won't stay quiet. Diddy was just arrested and taken into federal custody in New York Monday night. According to a source who spoke to TMZ, Homeland Security swooped into a Midtown hotel late Monday, where Diddy was staying, and arrested him. Evidence seized by authorities.
Plant your heels on the ground for a downward-facing dog. Exhale, chaturanga.
When they want a delectable squeeze up, you'll know. Deliciously delectable delectables. Squeeze up! La Victoria, inspired by LA flavors since 1917.
I need gas money, but I don't get paid till next week. What should I do?
Don't even stress about it. Just download the Earnin app to get paid early. Get up to $100 a day with no interest or credit check.
Download Earnin.
Listen up, y'all. Story time. No joke. Before I found Empower and I was broke between paychecks, I would just sleep. Because if you're sleeping, you can't be spending money. Who else has been there? Please tell me I'm not alone. Then I tried Empower. I got approved for a cash advance, and it literally saved my life. Now I'm actually getting places, stretching my dollars like never before. I know what you're thinking. What's the catch? There is no catch. They don't charge interest or late fees, and you don't need a credit check to get approved. It's just money. So if you're still with me and want to get back in control of your money, download Empower and get cash advance.
They seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 defaced AR-15s and a large capacity drum magazine.
These findings paint a disturbing picture of the alleged operations that took place under Diddy's watch.
I want to say this. Diddy know everything about, Jay-Z's secrets, and, like I said, when it comes to Jay-Z and Beyonce, Malibu house being burned down, they all stay with each other. Jay-Z mistreatment with women, Aaliyah and Foxy Brown, according to NYPD detective who told me Kathy cause of death is uncertain, and later today we will have the autopsy and toxicology reports. Now, Diddy knows about Jay-Z involvement with Kathy Wright's death, and it says Kathy Wright, Jay-Z mistress. Kathy Wright, suspicious death, suffer from a brain aneurysm. So we're going to roll this tape, man. A lie to cover up the real. So let's roll this tape.
The sheer volume of evidence, from electronic devices to over 1,000 bottles of personal lubricant, suggests a carefully organized system intended to exploit and control individuals. Legal experts have pointed out that such incriminating materials are often used not only to perpetuate abuse, but also as tools of blackmail to ensure victim silence. The presence of firearms and ammunition further complicates the case, raising questions about the extent of intimidation or violence involved in these alleged crimes. The public reaction to these revelations has been one of outrage and disbelief. Many are calling for a thorough investigation to uncover the full scale of Diddy's operations and any potential accomplices. Critics argue that this case is emblematic of a larger issue within the entertainment industry, where wealth and influence can shield individuals from accountability for extended periods. As the evidence mounts, this case could have far-reaching implications, not only for Diddy, but also for the broader conversation about abuse and exploitation in positions of power. Ongoing investigation. There's even more to this story. The investigation is still ongoing. It seems the arrest happened because of what authorities discovered a few months ago when they searched Diddy's homes. You might recall that Homeland Security suddenly raided Diddy's properties across the United States. Videos from that time show them taking his sons, Justin and Christian, into custody and removing lots of potential evidence. Just recently, law enforcement held a press conference where they shared that they possess numerous recordings of phone calls. In these calls, Diddy and his associates can be heard contacting the victims and offering them money to either keep quiet or alter their accounts of what happened. Diddy was clearly trying to avoid the consequences of his actions.
In late 2023, after public allegations were made about Combs' crimes, he and others pressured witnesses and victims to stay silent.
This revelation has only fueled public outrage, as many are now questioning how Diddy managed to allegedly carry out such actions for so long without facing repercussions. Critics argue that the level of power and influence he holds within the entertainment industry may have allowed him to intimidate witnesses and suppress evidence. These phone recordings are a critical piece of the puzzle, painting a grim picture of a systematic effort to silence victims and protect Diddy's reputation at all costs. As the investigation continues to unfold, legal experts believe this case could set a significant precedent for holding powerful figures accountable. The authorities have emphasized their commitment to pursuing justice for the victims, with additional charges against Diddy and his associates potentially on the horizon. While the details are still emerging, one thing is clear. This case has captured the public's attention and could lead to monumental shifts in how such cases are handled in the future. Ties with Diddy and Jay-Z.
I want to talk about the ties with Diddy and Jay-Z. They got ties together. They was partners in crime. So the sad thing is you got Rick Ross, Jay-Z is ducking and dodging. They have nothing to do with Diddy and this RICO charge. But Diddy's going to drop the bombshell. And, you know, there's a lot of stuff flowing on Jay-Z and his underage women that he had, you know, the mistreatment of women, you know what I mean, he had with Aaliyah, Foxy Brown, you know, Rihanna, and the list just go on, you know. And I'm going to talk about Hollywood Street King investigate Kathy Wright stuff. I'm going to roll the clip because you guys just now timing in. So I'm going to roll this clip before, you know, because we got a lot to talk about. You know, I'm just going to roll the clip. Wait till some of you guys time in. Wait till more of you guys time in before I, you know what I mean, get deep and down to this, you know, Jay-Z involvement with Diddy.
Diddy's indictment also revealed that he allegedly flew in tons of workers into the U.S. and forced them to participate in his freak-offs with tons of his friends, victims, and others. These freak-offs would last for hours, and one of these so-called friends that he was doing these nasty things with was allegedly none other than Jay-Z. Jay-Z and Diddy had a very strong friendship for many years. Diddy once even called Jay-Z his brother from another mother. He also mentioned in an interview that only two people were allowed to use his real name, Jay-Z and his own mom. But since Diddy's arrest, Jay-Z has been trying to separate himself from Diddy. However,
the perfect cash events app did not exist until now. I gotta tell you about Clio. Clio is a cash events app where you can get up to $250. And I already know what you're thinking. What about my credit? Well, there is no credit checks with Clio. And even better, there's no interest. So if you need $80 to help you pay that bill, you just pay the $80 back. No minimum direct deposit, no pay stubs, no W-2 forms. And to top it all off, you get to choose the repayment date that works best for you. And now because of Clio, when those unexpected expenses come, I don't even sweat it anymore. And if you're ready to push your payday forward, do yourself a favor and download the Clio app now.
If you or a family member experienced property damage in the LA fires, register to receive compensation. Many people may receive up to $500,000 or more in compensation. In some cases, residents may receive the full value of their home. We are helping people file claims against the power companies and others that may be responsible for the Los Angeles fires. Signing up is free and takes 2 to 3 minutes.
However, many people, particularly Jaguar Wright, are reminding everyone about Jay-Z's connection to Diddy. Jaguar Wright stated,
Sean Carter is worse. He's smarter. He's patient. He's not sloppy. This pussy been lining up people he calls friends and stepping to the side while they get hit by the guillotine for 30 fucking years. He's worse.
So
the EPD trial has the potential to force Sean Combs to finally be honest about some things that he hasn't been honest about, which could create great leverage for knocking that big lip camel face back into the oblivion in the depths of hell where he came from.
When Jaguar Wright made these accusations, many people supported her claims. They pointed out that Jay-Z has been involved in questionable activities similar to those Diddy is accused of. For some unknown reason, people chose to ignore.
I want to say Jay-Z been involved in a lot of things, but he's the quiet one out of everyone. But he been involved, like I said, you guys, I've been talking about this in my last video. The death of Kathy Wright was a cover-up. The death of Kathy Wright was a cover-up because, you know, at that time, Jay-Z was with Beyonce. And if you're going to be with Beyonce, you're going to have to get rid of, you know what I mean, Kathy Wright. So the two of them agreed to get rid of her, man. And I want to talk about Hollywood Street King investigate Kathy Wright's death. And the statement, he says, yesterday, I got the news that Kathy and Michelle White have suddenly passed away. So I quickly began my investigation. And I guess what Kathy Wright did not die from a brain aneurysm, as Riley report around the internet today. So she did not die from a brain aneurysm. So, you know, this was foul play. And they still, you know what I mean, they still trying to come to the conclusion, you know what I mean, that she did not die from a brain aneurysm. No, this was foul play according to reports. So I'm gonna roll the tape, you know, because we definitely got a lot to talk about.
Jay-Z's past actions and allowed him to escape any consequences. Jay-Z's history of controversy. Firstly, there were rumors circulating years ago that Jay-Z had an exploitative relationship with Foxy Brown when she was only 15 years old. He supposedly persuaded her to date him by offering her a career in Hollywood. However, once he was finished with her, he allegedly introduced her to the entertainment industry to keep her quiet, and then proceeded to completely ostracize her.
I ain't the only one that Jay had when she was underage. Yeah, remember Foxy Brown and Jay. Ain't no woman like the one I got. No one could love you better.
This rumor appears to be supported by Jay-Z's former best friend, Dame Dash.
Big Lit Campbell's just as guilty as Diddy, man. You know, the worst thing is, I want to say that Jay-Z is worse than Diddy, man. His long history, underage girl can tell a story today, you know. So his involvement with that 13-year-old, Diddy said you can run, but you can't hide, and I'm not going down by myself. So yes, Jay-Z is involved. You know what I mean? You can see a history of him with underage women. You know, Foxy Brown, Aaliyah, Rihanna, Beyonce, and the list just go on. You know, Kathy Wright. You know, we got a long list. We got a lot to cover. Let's roll this clip.
When questioned about this situation, Dame Dash became very protective of Foxy Brown. He did not deny the accusations against Jay-Z, but he insisted that he was not the right person to discuss it. He suggested that Jay-Z should be the one answering questions about this, as he was the one who allegedly took advantage of Foxy Brown. Although
in this city, flavor is a way of life. And every dish, work of art. La Victoria, inspired by LA flavor since 1917.
I could make one call and you would share everything.
Have you ever wondered why we are paid every 2 weeks when we work every day? With EarnIn, you can access your pay the same day that you work and get up to $100 per day with no interest, no mandatory fees, and no credit check. EarnIn believes that the money that you've earned should flow at the speed of you to move you forward instead of holding you back. Download the EarnIn app today and start making everyday payday.
Welcome to Palo Verde, a laid-back community of new homes in Hesperia, California. Select from 4 home designs up to 4 beds, 3 baths, 2-car garages, 2,406 square feet, and an extra suite option. We offer looks, a simplified and transparent way to create a beautiful interior. Hesperia is full of recreation and entertainment. Picnic at a nearby park, lounge by Hesperia Lake, or find some speed at Hesperia BMX track. Come call Palo Verde home today.
Though Dame Dash was reluctant to discuss Jay-Z and Foxy Brown's situation, he openly shared details about Jay-Z's troubling pursuit of Aaliyah. Dame Dash claims that Jay-Z went behind his back to relentlessly pursue Aaliyah, attempting to make her his girlfriend. However, she was not interested in him at all. Jay-Z allegedly even invited Aaliyah to his parents' house in a desperate attempt to win her over. But Aaliyah was also attracted to Dame Dash. As you might expect, Jay-Z's pride was hurt by this rejection.
Jay was trying to get at her as well, and I didn't know. He was sending flowers and he was courting her.
Because the rumor originally was that you were connected to Jay. Exactly. Jay and I were hanging out a lot. He's treating me how life's gonna get booked.
This is a truly awful and scandalous situation. But that's not all Jay-Z was allegedly involved in. Dame Dash explained that he had to end his friendship with Jay-Z after realizing that Jay-Z was willing to do anything to gain power, even if it meant exploiting vulnerable young women in the music industry. You might be wondering why Dame Dash decided to reveal all of this. Well, it happened when R. Kelly was exposed for his relationships with underage girls, and for falsifying documents to marry Aaliyah when she was only 15 years old. Despite this, Jay-Z continued to support R. Kelly, and even collaborated with him on a whole album. Essentially, Jay-Z was showing that he didn't care about the victims, and was willing to help R. Kelly.
You see this? You see how the two, Jay-Z and R. Kelly, both sex predators, man. Both sex predators. Thank you guys for tuning in. But the two, and you can't make this up, man. Jay-Z had a long history with underage women, and he's going down right along with Diddy. And he's at a point, man, he's being denied, bail. And he can't, his attorney can only do so much. They can only do so much. You can hire the expensive attorneys on these high profile cases. But, Diddy is going to drop the bombshell. He had enough, man. He had enough. He knows that everyone is turning against him. So he's at a point that this is his life, man. If he's got to drop names, he's going to drop names. And it's going to start with Jay-Z, because Jay-Z is involved, with underage women. So you guys, thank you guys for tuning in. Let's roll this clip, because we definitely got a lot to talk about here.
His career despite his actions. Aaliyah's death rumors. This is a truly terrible and shocking situation, but it gets even more disturbing. When Aaliyah tragically died in a plane crash, rumors spread that her death was a planned sacrifice. Some people believe that powerful figures in the music industry, specifically Jay-Z and R. Kelly, had arranged her death as an offering to the Illuminati. These rumors intensified when details about the unusual circumstances surrounding her death emerged. It appears that Aaliyah was not originally scheduled to be on that plane. Someone gave her a drug to make her sleep without her knowledge, and after she lost consciousness, they put her on the plane against her will. The plane crash that claimed Aaliyah's life also raised questions about the safety measures and decisions leading up to the tragic event. Investigations revealed that the aircraft was significantly overloaded, exceeding its maximum weight limit, which likely contributed to the crash. The pilot, Luis Morales III, was later found to have falsified his credentials and had traces of cocaine and alcohol in his system at the time. These alarming details have further fueled theories that negligence, or something more sinister, played a role in Aaliyah's death. as many find it hard to believe these irregularities were coincidental. Additionally, Aaliyah's sudden passing occurred at a pivotal moment in her career.
So this means that Jay-Z was really jealousy of Damon Daz. You know what I mean? This tells it all, man. Why she was drugged getting on that plane, man. You know what I mean? The plane was a very small plane, only can hold so many amount of people, man. It's sad. Even the pilot, man, was taking coke and alcohol while flying the plane, man. See, a lot of us probably didn't know about this, man. We probably didn't really know about Aaliyah's death, the cause of death, but now everything is coming out. She was drugged. You know, it's sad that this tragedy, you know what I mean, got to happen the way it did, man. And, you know, I won't be surprised that more allegation on Jay-Z will come to light.
She had just wrapped filming for Queen of the Damned and was on the cusp of releasing her self-titled album, which many believed would solidify her status as a global icon. Her untimely death left a void in the music and entertainment world, and fans have since pointed out how her absence reshaped the industry. Some conspiracy theorists argue that her success threatened more established figures in the business, leading them to concoct scenarios that silenced her potential. While there's no concrete evidence to support these claims, the lingering questions surrounding her death have cemented her legacy as one of the most enigmatic figures in music history.
Love.
The perfect cash events app did not exist until now. I gotta tell you about Clio. Clio is a cash events app where you can get up to $250. And I already know what you're thinking. What about my credit? Well, there is no credit checks with Clio. And even better, there's no interest. So if you need $80 to help you pay that bill, you just pay the $80 back. No minimum direct deposit, no pay stubs, no W-2 forms. And to top it all off, you get to choose the repayment date that works best for you. And now because of Clio, when those unexpected expenses come, I don't even sweat it anymore. And if you're ready to push your payday forward, do yourself a favor and download the Clio app now.
My friend recently asked me for some money and I was like, why aren't you using Empower? When I need cash and my paycheck is gone, I just use Empower and you should too. They can send you up to $300 instantly so you and your friends can enjoy the moment without worrying about borrowing money from anyone else. Plus, with no late fees, no interest, and they don't do any credit checks, it's stress-free and my payments are scheduled for my next payday. So I don't have to worry about keeping track. And because I always look at reviews, they're a top-rated app with over 300,000 5-star reviews. So if you need instant cash just like us, download Empower today and get approved for a cash advance. Now, stop worrying because Empower has your back.
The plane crash, like a rising star in the world of music and film. Reaction today after Aaliyah and 8 others were, their plane went down.
The plane, just after taking off for Florida in perfect weather, suddenly plummeted to the ground. Investigators now saying one of the engines apparently failed. Along with 8 passengers, Aaliyah, a young Brooklyn native and a talented singer and actress.
Sadly, the stories about Aaliyah and Foxy Brown aren't the only ones involving Jay-Z and alleged mistreatment of women. There are also rumors about a woman named Kathy White, who was supposedly his mistress and pregnant with his child. It's been suggested that he may have been involved in her death after she threatened to reveal their secret relationship to the public.
Now, everybody know that Jay-Z had a secret relationship with Kathy Wright. His mistress, that Kathy Wright's suspicious death has suffered from a brain aneurysm, a lie to cover up the real, man. Because, you know what I mean, Jay-Z, you know what I mean, he was, you know what I mean, he had to end the relationship because he saw Beyonce. And the two agreed to take Kathy Wright out. But now we got the source. We got the real of what happened with Kathy Wright. There was foul play involved in Kathy Wright's death. You know, a man by the name of Hollywood Street King investigate Kathy Wright's death. He says the news that Kathy and Michelle White has suddenly passed away, so I quickly began my investigation and gave the authorities, the right to open up this case. He says, in the investigation, he says, I guess what Kathy did not die from a brain aneurysm, as Riley report around the internet today. So we see when it comes to, according to the NYP detectives who told me Kathy cause of death is uncertain, and later today we will have the autopsy and toxicologist report right now. The death is considered suspicious. So let's roll this clip, man. We definitely got a lot to talk about.
Kathy White's suspicious death. When Kathy White died mysteriously, the official explanation was that she had suffered a brain aneurysm. But many people believe this was a lie to cover up the real cause of her death. Surprisingly, most people accepted this explanation. However, a well-known blogger named Hollywood Street King decided to investigate the situation himself.
Street King is a reputable guy. He decided to open up this case and get the case on to the feds so that they can, look deeper into the case. Now, it says a statement only added fuel to this fire. A speculation surrounding Kathy Wright, sudden death, suspicious death, high-profile tragedy that had been swept under the rug for so long. It was too early to be speculating that an aneurysm killed her. They will later be doing another autopsy to check out the cause of her death, but someone might have given Kathy a bad dose. So they do the toxicology, and we have to wait 2 weeks for that report. Someone has given Kathy a bad dose. Foul play could have been involved in it. A bad dose meant to silence her for good. This is the key evidence. Regardless of where people stand, one thing is covered. The phrase was, there's smoke, and where's there's smoke, there's fire. Kathy Wright died exactly 1 year, the day when I broke the story of her Jay-Z affair. So this is coming from the detective. So we see it says here exactly what the NYPD told me. All came in from an apartment complex on the 130 West 19th Street of Manhattan. Ambulance came and took Kathy Wright because she was very sick on the night that she was drugged, according to reports.
And he did a thorough job. He managed to contact a police officer from New York City who had been involved in the investigation of Kathy White's death. This officer revealed a lot of hidden information. Hollywood Street King published an article about what he learned from the officer and other sources. Let me share the contents of that article with you. It said, yesterday, I got the news that Kathy and Michelle White had suddenly passed away.
So it says, since yesterday I had got the news that Kathy and Michelle White had suddenly passed away, so I quickly began my investigation. So let's go.
So I quickly began my investigation. And guess what? Kathy did not die from a brain aneurysm as widely reported around the internet today. According to an NYPD detective who told me, Kathy's cause of death is uncertain. And later today, we will have the autopsy and toxicology reports. Right now, the death is considered suspicious. The statements from the officer have only added fuel to the fire of speculation surrounding Kathy White's sudden death. The fact that the cause of death was initially labeled as a brain aneurysm, only to later be deemed suspicious, raises serious questions about what really happened. Fans and critics alike are now speculating whether this is yet another case of a high-profile tragedy being swept under the rug to protect powerful figures. The involvement of an NYPD detective who seemingly corroborates these doubts adds a layer of credibility to the claims, leaving the public clamoring for more transparency. Social media has exploded with reactions, with some pointing fingers directly at the individuals connected to Kathy, questioning their motives and actions in the days leading up to her passing.
La Victoria, inspired by LA flavor since 1917. Hi, let's get started. Let me share my screen. Okay,
I just want to say something. All their death from Kathy Wright, from Kim Porter, from Aaliyah was a high-profile tragedy deaths. It was suspicious. They did not die of natural cause, like Kathy Wright did not die from a brain aneurysm. You know, so all their death was foul play.
They want a delectable squeeze up? I'm excited to trip. You'll know. Deliciously delectable delectables. Squeeze up.
Don't just take classes, take charge. Start your comeback today at PurdueGlobal.edu.
I need gas money, but I don't get paid till next week. What should I do?
Don't even stress about it. Just download the Earn It app to get paid early. Get up to $100 a day with no interest or credit check.
Download Earn It.
If you or a family member experienced property damage in the LA fires, register to receive compensation. Many people may receive up to $500,000 or more in compensation. In some cases, residents may receive the full value of their home. We are helping people file claims against the power companies and others that may be responsible for the Los Angeles fires. Signing up is free and takes 2 to 3 minutes.
Others are taking a more cautious approach, arguing that the autopsy and toxicology reports will be the real test of whether foul play was involved. Regardless of where people stand, one thing is clear. The mystery surrounding Kathy White's death has captivated public attention, and many are demanding answers that go beyond the neatly packaged official narratives.
All their death was foul play, from Kim Porter, Kathy Wright, Aaliyah. All their death was foul play. Even Michelle. All their death was involved in foul play. It's not going to look good for Jay-Z when these accusations start coming up, when people start coming forward. Like Diddy said, he's going to rat on Jay-Z because he had enough, man. He had enough. He's sitting in jail, been denied three bonds, and he had enough. Everybody is ducking and dodging, acting like they don't know Diddy. They're acting like they don't know Diddy. So now Diddy's going to drop the bombshell because he have enough, because he knows he's not going to get out of this one. So he got to drop names. And Tony Buzzy said he got a list of co-conspirators. So this is not going to look good at the end of the day before this gets going. Before Diddy's RICO indictment gets going, it's not going to look good at the end of the day for him, because he knows what's at stake. He knows that his attorney can only do so much. You know, when you got red paint on the floor, and you're using some white paint to get rid of the red paint, like I said, for instance, attorneys can only just do so much in the case, man. They only can do so much, man. But when you got a lot of people saying this, a lot of people saying that, it's not gonna look good for Diddy. Diddy's gonna have to start doing some telling. He knows if he's gonna get a lesser sentence, he knows he's gonna have to do some telling, and it's gonna start with Jay-Z.
The phrase, "where there's smoke, there's fire," seems to echo louder with every new piece of information revealed. The officer then added, "Kathy White died exactly 1 year to the day when I broke the story of her and Jay-Z's affair. Here's exactly what the NYPD told me. A 911 call came in from an apartment on 130 West 19th Street in Manhattan. Ambulance came and took Kathy because she was sick. They took her to the Beth Israel Hospital, and that's where she expired. It was too early to be speculating that an aneurysm killed her. They will later be doing an autopsy to check out the cause of her death, but someone might have given Kathy a bad dose. So they'll do the toxicology, and we'll have to wait 2 weeks for that report." The officer's additional statements have added even more intrigue to the mystery surrounding Kathy White's untimely death. The timing alone, exactly 1 year after the story of her alleged affair with Jay-Z broke, is enough to send conspiracy theorists into overdrive. The fact that the cause of death wasn't immediately clear, and that the possibility of someone giving Kathy a bad dose has been floated only deepens suspicions that foul play could be involved. Could this timing really be a coincidence, or does it point to something far more calculated and sinister? The mention of the 911 call and Kathy being rushed to Beth Israel Hospital adds a haunting layer of immediacy to the narrative. Fans are already dissecting every detail, with some speculating that the bad dose theory could point to a deliberate act meant to silence her for good. Others are waiting anxiously for the toxicology report, believing it could reveal key evidence about what really happened. Social media is abuzz with debates, and many are calling out the eeriness of how often controversies tied to powerful figures seem to end with suspicious deaths. Once again, the spotlight is firmly fixed on Jay-Z, and people are demanding accountability as they wait to see if the toxicology findings will provide the answers everyone is so desperately seeking. That's not all, the officer continues. 2 weeks prior to her death, Kathy was contacted by a major tabloid that was investigating the Jay-Z connection. She gave them little information to go on, but according to one of our sources, following her conversation with the tabloid, she then called Jay and told him that she was going to go public with their affair for a price. This all happened in the last 2 weeks. Then, little more than 48 hours after that announcement that Beyoncé was pregnant with Jay-Z's baby, this young lady suddenly dies under suspicious circumstances. This revelation has sent shockwaves through the gossip mill, as it ties Kathy White's death to a potentially explosive series of events. The timing of her contact with the tabloid, her alleged demand for money to keep quiet, and her sudden death just 48 hours after Beyoncé's pregnancy announcement feels far too convenient to be a mere coincidence. Could this timeline suggest a desperate attempt to silence her before she could reveal damaging information? Fans and skeptics alike are piecing together the puzzle, with many pointing to the high stakes involved in protecting the power couple's image. The idea that Kathy might have been...
A lot is at stake with Beyonce and Jay-Z right now. This is why the Malibu house was burnt down, because, you know, I say God don't like ugly, man. And the truth is finna be revealed on the death of Kathy Wright. They finna get and solve this matter, man. You know what I mean? They finding out a long history of Jay-Z involvement with underage girls. It's just a matter of time that Tony Buzzy, you know what I mean, get this case on the way and win this lawsuit here. You know, it don't take a rocket scientist to see this history, this long history of Jay-Z involvement with underage girls. You guys smash that like button. We definitely got a lot to talk about. You know, thank you guys for tuning in. Let's roll this clip.
Leveraging her alleged affair with Jay-Z for financial gain only intensifies the intrigue. Some see this as a classic case of someone knowing too much and paying the ultimate price for it, while others argue that it's all just a tragic coincidence being spun into a sensationalized narrative. Either way, the combination of tabloid investigations, alleged blackmail, and a sudden death under suspicious circumstances is the perfect recipe for a conspiracy theory that's unlikely to fade anytime soon. The question on everyone's mind remains: did Kathy's actions put her in danger, or is this just another chapter in the long history of celebrity intrigue? If that wasn't convincing enough, Jaguar Wright also claimed that Kathy White did not die from a brain aneurysm. She stated that in the moments before Kathy White's death, she could be heard screaming for her life. Jaguar Wright's claims have only escalated the controversy surrounding Kathy White's death, introducing an unsettling layer of alleged foul play. Her statement that Kathy could be heard screaming for her life in her final moments paints a harrowing picture that stands in stark contrast to the official explanation of a brain aneurysm. Wright's bold accusations against...
I want to say, with Jab Wright nailed it right there. She knows that Kathy Wright was screaming because she was being drugged. It's just the same as the Kim Porter's death, man. Y'all, they've been covering this up. They're making this a real cover up that they didn't want us to know this, man. All along, we just thought that they died of natural cause, that Kathy Wright died from a brain aneurysm. But now the truth is going to be revealed. And Jab Wright was right all along that she was crying for help. Because, you know, Jay-Z had to, Beyonce, you know what I mean, the two have to make sure they end, you know what I mean, Kathy Wright to get rid of her. You know, and, you know, it's sad to see poor Ivory crying out, you know what I mean, that you killed my mom. It's sad to see that young girl, you know, Ivory crying out to Beyonce and Jay-Z that you killed my mom. We will fight. We will get justice. We will share all the news, and we will fight.
Jay-Z and Beyonce, the Carters, have left many reeling as she not only implicates them, but speculates on their motives. Could jealousy or a desire to protect their brand really have led to...
Like I love myself. I can make one call and use everything.
The perfect cash events app did not exist until now. I gotta tell you about Clio. Clio is a cash events app where you can get up to $250. And I already know what you're thinking. What about my credit? Well, there is no credit checks with Clio. And even better, there's no interest. So if you need $80 to help you pay that bill, you just pay the $80 back. No minimum direct deposit, no pay stubs, no W-2 forms. And to top it all off, you get to choose the repayment date that works best for you. And now because of Clio, when those unexpected expenses come, I don't even sweat it anymore. And if you're ready to push your payday forward, do yourself a favor and download the Clio app now.
My friend recently asked me for some money and I was like, why aren't you using Empower? When I need cash and my paycheck is gone, I just use Empower and you should too. They can send you up to $300 instantly so you and your friends can enjoy the moment without worrying about borrowing money from anyone else. Plus, with no late fees, no interest, and they don't do any credit checks, it's stress-free and my payments are scheduled for my next payday. So I don't have to worry about keeping track. And because I always look at reviews, they're a top-rated app with over 300,000 5-star reviews. So if you need instant cash just like us, download Empower today and get approved for a cash advance. Now, stop worrying because Empower has your back.
Led to such a tragic outcome? While Jaguar emphasizes that she's only speculating, her words have sparked intense conversations online. Fans and skeptics alike are dissecting every detail of Wright's allegations, with some seeing her as a whistleblower shedding light on dark industry secrets, while others dismiss her claims as sensationalism. The specific mention of Kathy's screaming adds a chilling element that many are finding hard to ignore. Whether these statements hold any truth or are simply another layer of Hollywood gossip, one thing is clear. Jaguar's words have reignited interest in the mystery surrounding Kathy White's death, with more people now calling for a deeper investigation to uncover the truth behind these shocking allegations. Accusations against Jay-Z. Remember when Kanye West publicly suggested that Jay-Z had people who could harm or even eliminate others working for him? Kanye might say things jokingly, but many believe he always speaks the truth. The idea that Jay-Z might be connected to individuals capable of violent actions has only added fuel to the fire of ongoing speculation surrounding his alleged involvement in Diddy's scandal. Kanye's remarks, while cryptic, have led many to wonder just how deep Jay-Z's influence and connections run. His plea for Jay-Z to talk like a man, instead of resorting to threats, has been interpreted by some as a direct indication of the fear and tension Kanye felt regarding their relationship. Some view Kanye's statements as an exaggerated attempt to draw attention, while others see them as a rare glimpse into the darker side of power dynamics in the entertainment industry. With Diddy's recent legal troubles and the possibility of him exposing others to save himself, Jay-Z's name being brought into the conversation has raised serious questions about what else could come to light. Jay-Z's actions. And let's not forget about Beyoncé. Many people believe she was initially a victim of Jay-Z's manipulative behavior, but eventually became his accomplice. Jay-Z was almost 30 years old when he began pursuing Beyoncé, who had just turned 18 and had very little relationship experience. Actually, in an interview from 2007 that has since been removed, Jay-Z admitted that he met Beyoncé when she was only 16. He decided to wait until she was 18 before starting a romantic relationship with her.
Beyonce's she's been on for a long time, and you keep her that way.
In case you're wondering who that person is in the video, he's actually Beyoncé's former bodyguard. He claims to have personally seen everything he's describing. What he's saying about Jay-Z's actions towards Beyoncé sounds very similar to Diddy's alleged treatment of Cassie. If you recall, Cassie had also accused Diddy of pumping her up with substances and alcohol, including ketamine and ecstasy, causing...
You see that? Pumping her with alcohol and ecstasy and other drugs, man. And now Cassie came out and got 9 tapes saying that all of the, you know what I mean, all the freak offs was consensual. You know, you can't make this up because she's being in the federal indictment with Diddy. So she's gonna have to do her best to clear her name out of it. There's a lot of stuff flowing around. Diddy ain't the only one gonna go down, man. Diddy is gonna drag a lot of people with him, but Diddy's gonna have to be careful how he roll his dice, because if he roll his dice the wrong way, then you're gonna have people like Justin Bieber, Usher become involved, and a lot of other people will come involved, and Diddy's gonna be putting himself in a world of trouble. He's playing with some fire right now. Right now, he's gonna drop the bombshell on his former friend Jay-Z, because everyone is turning against him. Rick Ross, everyone is hiding. Everybody, is hiding from, from Diddy, man. Because Diddy the only one that threw the big parties, man. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. So he the one in Hollywood threw these parties. But he knew who was involved in the freak offs. But he, like I said, you guys, he got to be careful of how he roll his dice, because he can be rolling his dice in the wrong way, and it can backfire. And like I've been saying, his attorney can only do so much in this case. You know what I mean? When there's some red paint on the floor, and it's a little red paint, yeah, you can get the right paint to get the red paint up. But if it's a lot of red paint on that floor, like you seeing fresh accusations and new accusations, I don't care, how much money you pay for these attorneys. They only can do so much to represent you.
Her to fall into dangerous addictions that controlled her life. This pattern of behavior seems very much in line with how Jay-Z and Diddy allegedly treat women. People are speculating that Diddy will likely mention Jay-Z's name and involvement when his trial begins. Public reactions. As usual, people have their own thoughts about this. Fans on X, formerly Twitter, have been vocal about their thoughts on the situation, with one user stating, "Jay is up next. There's no way he didn't know about R. Kelly and Diddy, especially with this paternity test. He's avoiding."
Having some me time? How about a little treat?
Indulge me.
Sure thing. With new Premier Protein Indulgence. Decadent dessert-worthy flavors. All with 30 grams of protein. So, what do you say?
That's exquisite.
Premier Protein Indulgence.
Why is it that we're paid weeks after we've worked.
A friend told me about the Earn In app, and I can get up to $100 a day within minutes of earning it.
With Earn In, you can access your pay the same day that you work with no interest, no mandatory fees, and no credit check.
And any money I access is repaid once my paycheck comes through. It's payday every day.
Go check it out. Download it. It's called Earn In, and it's changing the game. For real.
If you're one of the many people struggling financially right now, Bridget's got your back. They'll send you $50 to $250 instantly with no credit check or interest.
Download the Bridget app today and get $50 to $250 instantly.
This post has sparked heated debates, with many agreeing that Jay-Z's connections to other controversial figures like R. Opposing others to save himself. Jay-Z's name being brought into the conversation has raised serious questions about what else could come to light. Jay-Z's actions. And let's not forget about Beyonce. Many people believe she was initially a victim of Jay-Z's manipulative behavior, but eventually became his accomplice. Jay-Z was almost 30 years old when he began pursuing Beyonce, who had just turned 18 and had very little relationship experience. Actually, in an interview from 2007 that has since been removed, Jay-Z admitted that he met Beyonce when she was only 16. He decided to wait until she was 18 before starting a romantic relationship with her.
Beyonce's she's been on for a long time, and you keep her that way.
In case you're wondering who that person is in the video, he's actually Beyonce's former bodyguard. He claims to have personally seen everything he's describing. What he's saying about Jay-Z's actions towards Beyonce sounds very similar to Diddy's alleged treatment of Cassie. If you recall, Cassie had also accused Diddy of pumping her up with substances and alcohol, including ketamine and ecstasy, causing her to fall into dangerous addictions that controlled her life. This pattern of behavior seems very much in line with how Jay-Z and Diddy allegedly treat women. People are speculating that Diddy will likely mention Jay-Z's name and involvement when his trial begins. Public reactions. As usual, people have their own thoughts about this. Fans on X, formerly Twitter, have been vocal about their thoughts on the situation, with one user stating, "Jay is up next." There's no way he didn't know about R. Kelly and Diddy, especially with this paternity test. He's avoiding. This post has sparked heated debates, with many agreeing that Jay-Z's connections to other controversial figures like R. Kelly and Diddy warrant.
Now, what the sources saying, it said it was too early to be speculating that an aneurysm was killed her. What had killed Kathy Wright. They will later be doing another autopsy report to check out the cause of her death. But someone might have given Kathy Wright a bad dose. So they will do another toxicology report, and we have to wait 2 weeks for the report. Someone have given Kathy Wright a very bad dose, and foul play could have been involved. A bad dose meant to silence her for good. Key evidence. Now, where Jab Wright says that she was screaming, she was crying, she was looking for help. It's just the same with Kim Porter. When Jay-Z and Diddy followed her to the house, and she was, I guess she was beaten, drugged, the same situation. So I want to say, regardless of where people stands on one thing, it is clear. The phrase, where there's smoke, there's fire. So Kathy Wright died exactly 1 year to the day when I broke out this report, the story of her and Jay-Z affair, Jay-Z mistress. Here is exactly what the NYPD told me. a all call came in from an apartment on 130 West 19th Street of Manhattan. Ambulance came and took Kathy, right, because she was very sick, according to reports.
Deeper scrutiny. The mention of a paternity test has further fueled curiosity, leaving fans to speculate about what additional secrets could come to light. Jay-Z may have played a larger role in these scandals than previously believed. While some users argue that it's unfair to drag his name into every controversy, others point out that his long-standing associations with figures like R. Kelly, who has faced his own legal battles, make it difficult to ignore the potential connections. As more fans weigh in, this discussion on X continues to amplify the intrigue surrounding Diddy's case and its possible implications for Jay-Z. Another fan posted on X, Beyonce when the feds pull up to her home in 3 months after Diddy rats on Jay-Z for a plea deal. The tongue-in-cheek comment quickly gained traction, sparking a mix.
You see that? Diddy will rat on Jay-Z for a plea deal. You see that? You see that? He would do anything to get a lesser sentence. He would rat on Jay-Z. Jay-Z, you better run, because Diddy warned Jay-Z to run because he's threatened to rat after his arrest. Because he knows Jay-Z was in part of these freak-offs. He knows. And it's not going to look good. You know, you can, like I said, you can hire these high attorneys on a profile case, but at the end of the day, it's not going to look good for Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Of amused and serious reactions. While some users laughed it off as social media banter, others saw it as a possible prediction, given the ongoing speculation about Diddy potentially exposing Jay-Z and others to lighten his own legal troubles. The idea of federal agents targeting the Carter's household has only intensified the intrigue surrounding the case, with fans debating whether these rumors about Diddy's alleged deal with authorities could have far-reaching implications. Many are questioning how much Diddy really knows, and whether he's willing to implicate other major players in the industry. As these discussions heat up, social media remains abuzz with speculation, memes, and
I got 6 people here. I need y'all to smash that like button for me, though, because we got a lot to cover. I need you guys to smash that like button for me, though, because we definitely got a lot to cover. And like I've been saying, Diddy's in a world of trouble, man. He knows he's not going to get out this one. So the only thing that's going to look good for Diddy is he, you know what I mean? He tells. He got to tell to get a lesser bid, man, because they're not going to let him out. You know, so he got to be careful how he rolled the dice, man. Because if he trying to tell on a lot of other people, then you're going to get a lot of people come forward, and they're going to really spill the beans on these freak-off parties that he was involved in. You know, so, you know, it starts with him telling on Jay-Z, because Jay-Z is his partner in crime. And we all can see that Jay-Z was involved with underage girls. So, you know, like I say, you know, Diddy gonna have to be, you know, be careful of how he rolled the dice before his trial get on the way.
Theories about who might be next in line to face the fallout. Another person posted, Jay-Z's been to Epstein Island, dated underage Beyonce, and he's besties with Diddy. He better be interrogated too.
See that?
While some see these accusations as speculative or exaggerated,
let's go back to that.
Many are questioning how much Diddy really knows, and whether he's willing to implicate other major players in the industry. As these discussions heat up, social media remains abuzz with speculation, memes, and theories about who might be next in line to face the fallout. Another person posted, Jay-Z's been to Epstein Island, dated underage Beyonce, and he's besties with Diddy. He better be interrogated too. While some see these accusations as speculative or exaggerated.
You big lip Campbell fly head motherfucker. You is just as guilty as Diddy. You big lip camel fly head motherfucker.
Others argue that his ties to Diddy and other controversial figures make him a key person of interest in the fallout from Diddy's case. The post has sparked heated debates online, with many calling for more transparency and accountability from those in positions of power, while others caution against jumping to conclusions without concrete evidence. Regardless, the intrigue surrounding Jay-Z continues to deepen as fans demand answers. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think Diddy will really spill the tea on Jay-Z, or is this just another Hollywood power play? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button.
Woo! I want to know
definitely got a lot to talk. We definitely got a lot to talk about, man. We got to talk about this, man. It's not over yet.
Sure.
Need money before payday? Open a Chime checking account in 2 minutes and learn how to get paid when you say with MyPay. Install now.
Did you know you could be entitled to a 5 or 6 figure payout if you were in a traffic collision within the past 2 years? Yes, even if you weren't the driver. Just click on the link around this video to discover how much you're entitled to. Fill out a free 30-second quiz and you're done. Because if you've had to miss work or been hurt by a motorist in the past 2 years, you may be owed money and you don't even know it. It could be a 5, 6, or even 7-figure settlement. Simply click the link to find out. Over 25,000 accident victims have recovered $15 billion collectively with free case evals without stepping foot in a courtroom, paying excessive legal fees, or having to navigate the insurance gauntlet alone. Even pedestrians, rideshare users, cyclists, and motorcyclists got the justice they deserved. Like Stephen. When Stephen first came to us, he was facing a lot of uncertainties in his life, and he wasn't sure if his case was going to be worth anything. Turns out, if he hadn't filed a claim with us, he would have missed out on over $100,000 in settlement from an accident that was over a year ago. It's possible. No matter what you thought in the past, you can get money you're owed, and possibly a lot more.
Sean P. Diddy Combs. That's the subject right now.
Now, the Sean Diddy Combs investigation, new surveillance video shows Combs being taken into custody at a Manhattan hotel last week.
Everyone was waiting for what Stephen A. Smith would have to see about the Diddy indictment, and he has finally let everyone know what is really going down.
So we all knew this was coming. But when you hear racketeering...
See, when we hear sexual trafficking by force, when we hear, you know what I mean, transportation to engage in prostitution, when we see all these allegations, it's not looking good for Diddy, man, on this federal RICO indictment. Let's hear what Stephen A. has to say here.
Conspiracy. When you hear sex trap by force, when you hear that were used to keep them obedient and compliant, when you hear about the transportation to engage in prostitution, male sex workers, and all of this other stuff. These are the words.
Stephen's not pulling any punches here. He's a well-connected man, and he knows exactly what this means for anyone even remotely involved in the conspiracy and sex trap with Diddy. Many people are now speculating that Stephen A. Smith seems to be hinting at Jay-Z being up next due to his close association with Diddy.
I got news for you. It's gotten very, very scary. If it were just him, it would be sad. It would be very unfortunate. But I use the word scary because I get the impression, to put it kindly, that his life ain't the only life that's going to be affected. That they ain't after him just to get him.
Stephen also hinted at the possibility that there could be a lot of people bringing Diddy's shocking crimes to light now, such as Suge Knight.
Remember what Suge Knight said? Y'all remember that? When Suge Knight said he was in a world of trouble? Because Suge Knight said, listen, he knows a lot. And so you're looking at a potential situation where it could arguably mirror that of Jeffrey Epstein. Remember him?
But then the question arises, how will Diddy protect himself? The obvious choice is that he will reveal incriminating information on several people who used to be close to him. And one of the names...
See how many people, the key question that we got to say, how many people he's going to incriminate before someone incriminate him? You see, how many people he's going to incriminate before you see people like Justin Bieber, Usher, and you know, people like other celebrities that like you know, Meek Mills, for instance. You know, there's a lot of people that will come forward to incriminate Diddy. So like I said, and like I've been saying, he got to be careful how he roll his dice going to trial.
Names that have historically been associated with Diddy is that of Jay-Z. Indeed, Jaguar Wright believed that it was Jay-Z who wanted Diddy put away in the first place because Diddy simply had too much dirt on him.
Why does it all come to a head now? Why now? Why?
Because he's the acceptable monster at this time. Like R. Kelly was the last time I sat on this couch.
So who's next?
Y'all don't see the lineup?
Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up.
And Diddy has most certainly been set up. The things he has been charged with are nothing short of monstrous.
The indictment alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs threatened and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. As alleged in the indictment, to carry out this conduct, Sean Combs led and participated in a racketeering conspiracy that used the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity, including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice.
You see that word arson? Diddy was involved in an arson. And now if you hear inside the jail when he said burn the pizza, that means burn Hollywood, man. Burn and get rid of all the evidence, man. Y'all gotta read between the lines here, man. You know what I mean? Hollywood is a big cover up, man, to get rid of all evidence before his RICO gets underway, before his trial gets underway, man. Y'all gotta simply read between the lines what Diddy is doing, man. Diddy is Hollywood. You know what I mean? Diddy is the man of Hollywood, man. He threw all the wild parties. Ain't no party like a Diddy's party, man. So y'all gotta, you know what I mean, read between the lines. Be careful, you know what I mean, to read between the lines here. Destroy the pizza, yeah. Destroy all evidence if it takes to burn down Hollywood. Look, man, you got all these people homes, all these celebrities. See, I don't find a coincidence that all these celebrities live in Malibu. Some people live in Brentwood. You know what I mean? A lot of homes was destroyed, man. You know what I mean? The death total is rising to 25 so far that I looked at it. And there's 24 people's missing. We don't know if kids missing. You guys got to read between the lines here, man. They trying to destroy all evidence. Get rid of all evidence. This is what Diddy's saying. Get rid of all evidence, man, because Diddy knows that he's not coming home. He knows that he's going to have to roll the dice because attorneys, you know, no matter how much money you got, the attorneys can only do so much, man. You know what I mean? If there's a lot of red paint on the floor, right? You know what I mean? I can use this white paint to get rid of some of this red paint that's on the floor. But if it's a lot of, like I said, if it's a lot of red paint, then you know what I mean? You see there's a lot of these accusations. There's a lot of accusations, new accusation that's coming up. Y'all got to peep the play, man. Peep the play.
Let me say a little bit more about the charges. The indictment alleges that Combs exploited women and other people for years and in a variety of ways. As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines. Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs, and he often electronically recorded them. The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics, such as ketamine, and GHB, which Combs distributed to the victims to keep them obedient and compliant. As alleged, when Combs didn't get his way, he was violent, and he subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal so that they would participate in the freak-offs.
Now Diddy has a lot of dirt on everyone, so people are speculating that the powers that be may not allow him to make it out of prison and into the courtroom, or even make a plea deal for that matter. It seems like Diddy is now at high risk of
And we have the layer.
You see that, you guys? It seems like Diddy's at high risk. You know what I mean? And his attorney's willing to try to meet him halfway. You know what I mean? His attorney's probably telling him, man, tell us what, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? What you know, so we can, you know what I mean? So we can represent you. See, I don't care how much money you have, man. You know what I mean? Like I said, you know what I mean? Diddy was willing to give up $50 million. He's willing to give up some collateral, but the judge don't want that. They don't want that. They want a conviction. They know he's guilty. And see, what Cassie did, Cassie opened up a Pandora box, man. When you open up a Pandora box, man, when they got footage of you beating on Cassidy and dragging her and all this, and you know what I mean, they know that there was a lot of foul play. You know what I mean? The state knows that, you know what I mean, Diddy have a long history, you know what I mean, with relationships, his infidelity and all this. They know this. That's why he was able to be denied his bond, man. They know. And so now the only thing he can probably do is to snitch, tell, you know, and you know, that's not going to save him, because, you know, what's going to happen is, you know what I mean, these celebrities are going to reveal the truth. You know what I mean? Stories of what went off on these freak-offs. So, you guys, like I said, it's a long list. Tony Buzzy was saying we got co-conspirators. We got over 120 witnesses. And I won't be surprised that it will be more than 120 witnesses. You know, this is one of the biggest cases that you will see so far. One of the biggest RICO indictments so far. Let's roll this clip.
On Sean Diddy Combs' investigation as the hip-hop star fights racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, and prostitution charges. Investigators now working to determine who his co-conspirators were and whether they should be charged as well. TMZ is also reporting Diddy was placed on super watch at the detention center that he's being held at in New York, but his lawyer is saying he's not suicidal. This is just routine for high-profile inmates.
But is that really the truth? Would Diddy really take his own life? Gene Deal thinks he could.
But you knowing Diddy personally, do you think it's possible he might take his life?
It takes a certain individual to prepare himself to do a lot of years in jail. From the lifestyle that he had, I'm not saying that he can't. I just don't see him able to do time behind bars. Maybe if he'd be in a camp type situation, that's a possibility. But based on the lifestyle and what he's done and what he's accomplished,
in other words, what Gene is saying, that Diddy is afraid of doing, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Doing jail time behind bars, man. If you ain't never, you know what I mean, did, you know what I mean, jail time, you will be afraid. This is why he says, you know what I mean, you know what I mean, maybe if he was going to, you know what I mean, to the camp, would be a lot more easy, you know what I mean, for a guy that never been inside the bar. You know what I mean? So like I said, man, you know what I mean, when this is your first time, you know what I mean, your first offense, you know what I mean, yes, you will be scared, man. And like I said, Diddy's getting the blues in there, man. And he knows, man, he knows Cassie opened up that big Pandora box, man. And once you open up that Pandora box, it's too late, man. It's too late. And like I said in my last video, Diddy could have settled in that lawsuit. He could have settled, and we wouldn't be talking about this. Diddy wouldn't be in the situation that he in today, man. It's so sad, man. It's so sad. And he's gonna do whatever he can. You know what I mean? Whether it's snitching, but like I said, you got to be careful how he roll that dice going to this trial and this RICO indictment.
If he had to go behind those bars for a lot of years, I think that he may commit suicide. He do an Epstein.
But the thing is, even Epstein didn't technically do an Epstein. His own family believes he was murdered.
I knew my brother wasn't a flight risk, and he's my brother. I didn't care. And then bail was denied, which is why he was in jail. And then they were going to appeal the decision for bail. And Jeffrey was putting up a pretty big bail. And they asked me for the appeal if I would guarantee his bail. And I agreed, in essence, doubling it. So there was a chance he might have gotten bail. And that hearing was scheduled in, I think, for the 12th. In a couple of days. So then I'm thinking, if he was going to kill himself, wouldn't he wait to after the bail hearing? Yeah, because if he got bail, he'd be living in his house with an ankle monitor and armed guards and cameras, so he wouldn't disappear anywhere. Not that I thought he would try. And then if bail was denied again, then it would be a more compelling argument for him to kill himself if he wanted to. A few days before the bail hearing makes no sense at all.
So do you have a theory as to what happened here? Because, you know, there's a lot of speculation, there's a lot of conspiracy theories, there's a lot of innuendo. Do you have a theory as to what happened here?
Yes, my theory is that this was a targeted assassination. I believe somebody was planted on that tier as an inmate because the Justice Department regularly plants people in prisons either for, to put snitches in to get information from prisoners, or to put undercover agents in to build a backstory. So the Justice Department can plant people in the prison. So I believe, and I had been told early in the game that cell doors were left unlocked that night on the tier. I don't know how many or whose, but I've been trying to find out what other prisoners were on the tier that night. There was only 11 or 12 prisoners on that tier. So it's not like we're looking through thousands of people. And I would like to know who they were, when did they get there? Because if somebody was on the tier for 6 months already, he obviously was not planned. And then after the death, a lot of prisoners were transferred off of that ward. So I'd like to find out who was on that tier, that got there, and where are they now? Do they actually exist?
So I guess the counter argument to that would be, is if someone really wanted to kill Jeffrey Epstein, right? They had to assume he was about to talk and give information about some, high-profile people. Otherwise, what would be the incentive to kill him?
And that now seems to be happening in the Diddy case for a number of reasons. While Usher hasn't been accused of any crimes, his friendship with Diddy has sparked online rumors. Content creator Matt...
I don't know what happened just there. Let's get back to it, y'all. We're gonna get back to it. We're gonna finish this out, y'all. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're gonna get started here, man.
leaving a big impact on the future of rap music.
If you ask a group of people what hustle is, you're probably...
Let's go back.
That had that dream to be somebody and wanted to make this culture a career.
What followed was a fall like nothing else. Allegations of the worst kind of crimes, a loss of respect in the masses.
See, a lot of people lost a lot of respect to Diddy, what he did to Cassidy, man. He opened up a very, you know what I mean, Pandora box, you know what I mean, where Cassidy, you know what I mean, opened up that Pandora, you know what I mean, and Diddy knows, man. Diddy, see, that's why I say, if he was to start all over and settle for this settlement case, we wouldn't be right here talking about this situation, you know what I mean. I know Diddy woke up one day, realized he was in the prison, and said, damn, man, if I just had settled with Cassidy, I would not be in this situation today. It's sad, fam. I got 17 people and I got 1 like. I need y'all to hit that like button for me, man, because we got a lot to cover tonight. I need y'all to hit that like button for me. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I'm going to roll the clip.
Combs' story is one of complexity and chaos. Diddy has consistently pushed boundaries and redefined industry standards.
There's so many people that I want to thank, but most importantly, I want to thank music. I fell in love with music around the age of 5. Music at times became my best friend when no one else was there. And later down the road, music even saved my life.
His journey in the music world has been extremely diverse. Not content with just being a songwriter and rapper, he took on the role of a talent scout, discovering some of the industry's brightest stars. With an unmatched eye for talent, he played a pivotal role in shaping the careers of numerous artists, elevating them to global stardom.
Wait a minute, I got 20 people here, and I got 1 like. 20 people just come on, and I got 1 like, man. Y'all hit that like button for me, man. I guess they don't want me to reveal the truth of the story, man, because the truth of the matter is, man, Diddy don't have enough time to get himself out this one, man, and he gonna have to, you know, the only thing I can say, he's gonna snitch on Jay-Z, you know what I mean, because Jay-Z, man, he's involved with underage girls. This is what he is involved in. You know what I mean? And that's the only thing I can see that Diddy's gonna put Jay-Z on the bus, because all of his friends is turned against him. Everybody's hiding. Everybody don't want to come out. But if Diddy start telling more names and he start getting involved in telling more names, it's not gonna look good, fam. It's not gonna look, like I said, man, you can only roll the dice so far. But if you got other people that know a Diddy, that was involved in these freak off, that was underage, like Justin Bieber and Usher, and the list just go on. This might be a wrap for Diddy, man. See, this is his first time in the joint, man. He don't know how the joint runs, man. If he was able to go to camp somewhere, then we can talk about, you know what I mean, a different story. But since this is his first time, here's the first offense. And like I said, the judge, the DA, they're not going to cut this man loose, man. And like I said, for a Rack 100 to come out to say that, yeah, I know Diddy's coming home, you know what I mean? Because we finna have Trump, you know what I mean, in office for the inauguration. But Trump is, like I said, Trump can only do so much. He's got his own little, you know what I mean, legal issues. So like I said, man, it's not going to look good for this man. It's not going to look good for this man.
Producing hit after hit, he has always been known as a star maker. There was a great deal of power in the palm of his hands.
say, man, it's hard making out of Harlem, man. His Harlem life, man. His dad being a drug dealer in Harlem. His dad in and out of his life. You know what I mean? Like I said, Diddy didn't have a sweet life, man. He had a hard life. Mom was, you know what I mean, on the drugs. Mom, you know what I mean, selling the drugs. Mom throwing these freak off. You know what I mean? Like I said, there was, you know what I mean, drug dealers in the home. You had prostitutes. You know what I mean? You had homosexuals. You had all this that goes on inside these freak off, and his mom was, you know, I say, man, his mom was the bad influencer. But now Diddy want to blame his mom for his failure, man. You know what I mean? Diddy had a tough life growing up in his childhood, man. This road, this clip, man, y'all can see it for yourself.
Born on November 4th, 1969, in Harlem, New York, Sean John Combs became known by various names such as Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Diddy, and Puffy. He was raised in Mount Vernon. His parents were Janice Smalls, a model and teacher's assistant, and Melvin Earl Combs, a U.S. Air Force veteran. Despite facing challenges during his upbringing, Diddy's early years instilled in him a strong work ethic that would eventually propel him to become one of hip-hop's most influential figures. Tragedy struck early in Diddy's life when his father passed away when he was just 2 years old. Melvin Combs unfortunately fell victim to a fatal shooting during a drug transaction after being mistaken for an informant. Though the details surrounding his father's death were not fully revealed to Diddy during his childhood, he grabbed...
You know what I mean? You're absolutely right, man. You know, because it takes a father to raise a son, man. And his dad, man, for him to be young at a young age, for his dad to pass, you know what I mean? He had that rough life growing up, man. And now the mom had to raise him. Now the mom followed, you know what I mean, the dad, you know what I mean? And you could tell what he was around in. He was around drugs. He was around women. He's around homosexuals. He's around prostitution. He's, you know what I mean, he's around alcohol and all this. You know what I mean? And all this play a role, you know what I mean, from his childhood, man, growing up, man. You know, and like I said, when it comes to that, fam, when it comes to your father not present, he lost his father at a young age when he was a young child. You know what I mean? A child had to grow up and make, you know what I mean, these decisions, these rational decisions. You know what I mean? So it's sad. It's sad that he had to experience this from his childhood, man. You know?
Gradually pieced together the puzzle.
I don't have a lot of memories of my father. You know, they say, you know, you can't miss something you never had. So that's only a little ways right, you know. There's definitely been times as I've gotten older that I missed my father.
Diddy's career trajectory took shape as he ventured into the music industry, starting as a party promoter, background dancer, and label intern. However, his talent and determination propelled him to take on various roles, including talent scout, label executive, producer, songwriter, and rapper. During the mid-90s, he emerged as one of hip-hop's prominent moguls, following in the footsteps of Russell Simmons, co-founder of Def Jam Records. Diddy's empire dominated the charts at the time, leaving a big impact on the future of rap music.
If you ask a group of people what hustle is, you're probably going to get a lot of different answers. What I think is doing whatever you need to do to become successful. It takes focus, determination, and playing the game a little harder than everybody around you. Sean P. Diddy Combs is a hustler. As a matter of fact, he's what I call an extreme hustler. He's a producer, a performer, an actor. He has created a clothing empire, and he's also responsible for one of my favorite vodkas.
In 1993, Diddy made his mark in the music industry by establishing his own production company, Bad Boy Entertainment, collaborating with both rising and established talents in rap, hip-hop, and R&B, such as Mariah Carey, Boyz II Men, Lil' Kim, Aretha Franklin, Mary J. Blige, Faith Evans, and Biggie Smalls. Combs showcased his keen eye for talent and instinct for producing hit records. His contributions earned him the prestigious title of ASCAP Songwriter of the Year in 1996.
So I was here last year. I had a great time. Yeah, I'm glad they invited me back. Yeah. What's your favorite thing here about MTV? What's about the people tonight, the audience, the show? What's up? It's like the categories and the way you pick the winners is so different. It's so on the edge.
You know, the sad of this story is Diddy helped a lot of people, man, in the industry, man. He helped a lot of people, but there was a lot of wrong things, you know what I mean, that led to his failure, man. But he did, you know what I mean. I can't, you know what I mean. I can't sit here and just lie. This man did help a lot of people in the industry, man. But the sad thing that, you know what I mean, when that incident happened with him and Cassidy, man, you know what I mean. Cassidy opened up a big Pandora box, man. But he did support a lot of people. He did try to help a lot of people. But like I said, when you have a mother, you know what I mean, that had the freak off and drugs and alcohol played a role, man, you know, and a child was so young and seeing that, you know what I mean, chances he's going to grow up around that, you know. It's sad, though. It's sad that he have to grow up so fast and make his own decisions.
It's more entertaining, more of an entertaining award show.
Not content with only producing and remixing tracks for other artists, Diddy decided to venture into his own solo career in 1997. He released his debut single, Can't Nobody Hold Me Down, which soared to the top of the US charts, holding the #1 position for almost 2 months.
On the hot track.
In the early 90s, the genre experienced a shift with the rise of G-Funk, represented by Dr. Dre's iconic album, The Chronic, in 1993. The release not only introduced the world to Snoop Dogg, but also brought immense success to Death Row Records, the label behind the album. This period witnessed the commercial dominance of Dre, Snoop, and the signing of Tupac Shakur. Meanwhile, New York City's hip-hop scene remained vibrant and impactful, boasting acts such as the Wu-Tang Clan, Nas, and A Tribe Called Quest, whose landmark albums continued to shape the genre's landscape. However, the likes of Dre, Snoop, and Tupac enjoyed omnipresence on MTV and achieved unparalleled commercial success. Snoop's debut album, Doggy Style, made history as the fastest-selling hip-hop album at the time, with over 800,000 copies sold in its first week. The album's singles including...
All right, y'all, I got 13 people. I got people coming in and out, and I got 2 likes. I ain't got nobody hitting that like button and smashing that like button for me, man. I've been here for about 1 hour and 42 minutes and giving you guys news about what's going to go on in Diddy's RICO indictment, man. And people coming in and out. People can't smash that like button for me. I got 2 like buttons. Y'all must not like what y'all see. Y'all must not like me as an individual. It's sad, man. It's sad that, you know what I mean, how the industry's turning, how y'all look at this industry as your idol. But we got to expose it, man. We got to expose it. But I need y'all to smash that like button for me, though. You know what I mean? I got 15 people, and you know what I mean? And I got 2 likes. And I've been here with you guys for 1 hour and 43 minutes, and I got 2 likes. It's sad, man. It's sad. Because that just let me know when people do live videos and things like that and give y'all information, man. Y'all just go on this watch. That's all y'all do. Y'all don't smash the like button or nothing, man. Y'all don't bring up the YouTube algorithm or nothing, man. What's up with that, y'all? I love you guys, man. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at any one of you guys, but I need y'all to smash the like button, man. Have some, you know what I mean? Have some love for a brother, man. If y'all tuning in on the live, man, y'all join the live, man, smash that like button, man. Smash that like button, man. 2 likes.
Who Am I? What's My Name? And Gin and Juice soared to the top of the charts and enjoyed significant radio airplay. Doggy Style, like The Chronic, featured a roster of talented rappers associated with or signed to Death Row Records, such as Daz Dillinger, Corrupt, and Nate Dogg. However, following Dre's departure from the label, Snoop encountered restrictions, realizing that Death Row practically owned his creative output for a specific duration. Consequently, he refused to produce further tracks for Suge Knight and Death Row, except for the provoking song Death Row, until his contract expired.
Well, Snoop came along when it was a time when rap was a little bit different. It was, it was the hip hop, the hibbity. He came across with a whole new thing. It was gangster rap, and just flipped the whole hip hop thing upside down. One of the first artists to sell 3-4 million records right off the top. So he was the first one. Now I call him the father of rap.
Smash that like button. I need y'all to smash. I got 16 people here. Smash that like button. Smash that like button, man. Smash that like button, man. We got a lot to cover. You know what I mean? We got a lot to cover. Smash that like button.
Yeah, that's the reason why all colors, all ages, all genres could relate to Snoop Dogg.
However, in 1994, Bad Boy Records emerged in the limelight with the release of the notorious B.I.G.'s debut album. Ready to Die sold over 4 million copies. This success was followed by even greater triumphs, as Bad Boy Records consistently delivered hit after hit with albums from Puff Daddy, Mace, Faith Evans, and other notable artists. The West Coast versus East Coast feud is a legendary rivalry that has defined the landscape of hip-hop for decades. Rooted in the 1990s, this intense conflict pitted prominent rap artists from both coasts against each other, igniting a battle for supremacy, lyrical dominance, and cultural influence. With iconic figures such as Tupac Shakur representing the West Coast and the notorious B.I.G. leading the charge for the East Coast, tensions escalated to a level that transcended music.
I want to say this. Y'all probably don't know that Diddy was involved in Biggie's and Tupac's death, man. He had, he had the enrollment of both of these artists' death, man. Y'all probably don't know that. But everything is coming out, man. Everything's coming out, man. Much as Diddy can help people, but he also beat people. He beat people of their contracts. You know what I mean? And so, like I said, man, when you do evil, it comes all back on you. It comes to hunt you. And now Diddy's begging for mercy, man. Just look at what he did with Shine, with where he signed with Bad Boys. And he put Shine under the bus, man. Shine took the bid and did 10 years, man. And that shooting that happened in New York, man. Everything is coming to light on Diddy, man. It's sad that we have to see that it had to come down to this, man. And like I said, man, you looking at the West and East Coast. How all that stuff transpired and how things escalated. It's bad, y'all. It's just really bad. But y'all smash that like button, man. Let's get this going. I got a lot to cover today.
Encompassing personal rivalries, tragic losses, and a clash of distinct artistic styles. There was a downside to Bad Boy's rise as it sparked the notorious East Coast versus West Coast feud, which is believed by some to have played a role in the tragic deaths of Tupac Shakur and the notorious B.I.G. This feud, which captivated the hip-hop culture of the 1990s was a mix of violence and sheer horror, leaving behind the loss of two immensely influential rappers. During the 1990s, the hip-hop landscape was vastly different from what it is today. The rivalry primarily revolved around two record labels, Death Row Records on the West Coast and Bad Boy Entertainment on the East Coast. Each label boasted its own roster of stars, with Tupac signed to Death Row and Biggie signed to Bad Boy. These artists dominated the rap charts along with their associates such as Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Suge Knight, Lil' Kim, Faith Evans, and Diddy. They achieved unprecedented record sales, with their feud ironically fueling their commercial success.
7 people on, 18 people on, and nobody smashing like I got 2 likes. It's sad, man. It's sad, man. It's sad. It's just sad how our world is, man. You know what I mean? 2 likes, and I've been on here for almost 2 hours, man. I ain't got 2 likes, man. It's sad, man. It's sad what y'all idolize today, man. But the hip hop industry is dead. It's coming to an end, man. And these are artists you idolize, man. But you know, when you tell a story, and when you tell this truth, man, the truth is to be revealed and the truth is to be told, man. People don't like the truth today, man. People would like to hear free Diddy and all this crap and free Jay-Z and all this crap, right? But when it comes to underage, you know what I mean, girls, and when it comes to boys and girls, little kids, you know what I mean, and when it comes to Hollywood being a cover-up, when it comes to these fires that have been going on in Hollywood, and you know, Hollywood just been a big cover-up to get rid of all this evidence crap, you know. But you know, it's sad though. It's sad that we see Hollywood for what it is, man. But when we tell the truth, people like Racket TV, and you know, people like Big Ticket, you know what I mean, people like Carson Cena and all the other YouTubers, you know what I mean, bringing out this truth. It's sad that we can't get nobody in here to hit the like button, man. You know what I mean? It's sad, man. Because we give y'all information, we give y'all truth and things like that, but y'all come here and just sit, you know what I mean, but don't hit the like button, man. You know.
It's important to note that the so-called East Coast versus West Coast feud was not truly about the geographical regions themselves, but rather about specific states, New York and California. While Baltimore is technically situated on the East Coast, Tupac's residence there suggests that he had harbored no animosity towards rappers from Baltimore, Philadelphia, or Miami. His grievance was specifically directed towards New York. Interestingly, the regional
Tupac exposed the industry, but I want to say one thing. I've been hearing a lot of people say that Tupac had affairs with Diddy. I don't know how true that is. That Quincy Jones had him. You know what I mean? I don't know how true this stuff is, but when you get into the industry, man, it ain't what you guys think it is, man. You know what I mean? You guys, it's like these people have to do Satan's bidding, man. They have to do Satan's bidding, man, because there's people higher up, man. And this is why I think Tupac was just so pissed off of seeing the industry for what it is, so he had to expose it. But I think that there was a lot of homosexuality. You know what I mean? Tupac was naked in a tub. That they had a video of Tupac. You know what I mean? Rest in peace to Tupac. I'm not trying to, like, you know what I mean, slander no one, but these things happen for a reason, man. If you look at it, fam, all these things happen for a reason, man. You know what I mean? I didn't watch someone's live, you know what I mean, this a couple of days ago, and seen that Tupac had an affair with Diddy. I don't know how true this is, but there's a lot of things that happen in this industry that, you know, you guys don't know nothing about, man. You know what I mean? And like I said, man, what goes on in Hollywood is just everything be kept a secret. You know, so right now you see Hollywood for what it is. The big cover up, you know what I mean? And you know what I mean, no one don't want to say nothing. You know what I mean? Everybody's quiet. But now you seeing Hollywood for what it is. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean, Diddy was the life of the party. You know what I mean? And everybody could say ain't no party like a Diddy's party. Everybody been in Diddy's parties, man. All the celebrities. He had everybody coming to his parties, man. It was not one person didn't show up to his parties, man. So everybody was involved in these parties, man. You know what I mean? Were they involved in sexual acts? You know what I mean? That I can't say. But there was a lot of drugs. There was a lot of people watching. You know what I mean? And it's just how sick things is, and you see in Hollywood for what it is. You know what I mean? And everybody know each other. Everybody was living with each other. Everybody's, you know what I mean? It's like everybody stayed, you know what I mean, in the same house, or people, you know what I mean, live across the street. You know what I mean? And it's like I don't find a coincidence, man, to see why things that's happening right now in Hollywood, man. These fires, all this cover up. You see, you watch the black news. The black news have one thing, but if you watch the white news telling everything and what's going on. You know what I mean? And like I said, you know what I mean? I didn't know that Jay-Z and Beyonce Malibu house was burned down last month. Everybody thought it was in this month, but there's a lot of things. Even you know what I mean, LeBron James, his Malibu house was burned. See, a lot of people ain't telling you about this, man. You know what I mean? They not talking about this today. But this thing is happening in Hollywood, man. These things kind of happen, man. When the rich stay rich and the poor stay poor, and when the rich don't do nothing, you know what I mean? These things happen, man. You know.
Feud had its roots in the friendship between Tupac and Biggie, who were two of the biggest rap stars in the United States, alongside being close friends. Tupac, who was born in New York, held no initial animosity towards the city. However, a single incident changed everything.
Yeah, I like to think I'm revolutionary. I like to think to bring change.
From his teenage years, Biggie began rapping to entertain the people in his neighborhood. He had no serious intentions of pursuing a music career, but his tape somehow made its way to The Source magazine, who was so impressed by it that they featured him in their unsigned hype column in March of 1992. This exposure led to Biggie being approached to collaborate with other unsigned rappers. P. Diddy, who was then working as an A&R executive and producer for Uptown Records, heard about Biggie's recording and arranged a record deal for him. However, P. Diddy left Uptown soon after, due to a falling out with his boss, Andre Harrell. He went on to establish his own label, Bad Boy Records, and by mid-1992, Biggie had joined him. Before Biggie had the chance to release anything under Bad Boy, Uptown Records released some of his music that he had recorded during his brief time with the label. One notable release was a remix of Mary J. Blige's Real Love in August 1992, which featured a guest verse from Biggie. In June 1993, Uptown Records released Biggie's first solo single, Party and Bullshit. Around the same time, Biggie was facing financial concerns as he became a father to his daughter, Tiana, with his high school sweetheart, Jen. It had become reported that Biggie returned to drug dealing until Diddy intervened and put a stop to it. In 1994, while working on his album, Me Against the World, and collaborating with East Coast artists, Tupac traveled to New York. He was invited by a man named Ron G to record tracks with two up-and-coming rappers named Booker and Little Sean at Quad Studios. However, upon leaving the building, Tupac was ambushed and shot multiple times. He believed that the attack was orchestrated by Biggie, and this incident marked the beginning of their feud. With Tupac forcing his record label and crew to take sides in what he considered a war, the feud between the two labels escalated. Shortly after Tupac released the diss track, Hit 'Em Up, he was murdered. Following Tupac's death, it is widely believed that Biggie's murder the following year was a retaliatory act. Controversies and speculation. Controversies and speculations have followed.
Wait a minute, you guys. Bear with me for a second.
Controversies and speculations have followed Diddy like a shadow. Persistent rumors linking him to the tragic murder of the legendary rapper Tupac Shakur have cast a shadow of uncertainty over his otherwise remarkable career. Though vehemently denied, these allegations continue to fuel debates and intrigue within the music community. In 1999, Diddy released the albums Forever. The saga continues.
I don't know what's going on, but YouTube is somehow is playing with the live right now. So I don't know what's going on right now, you guys. So you know what I mean, they playing with the live, man. You know, but we're gonna still cover up this, you know. We're gonna still cover this thing up.
And Press Play, all of which achieved great commercial success.
Diddy, welcome to London. You're not here for very long. I realise a very brief little trip to our capital, isn't it?
Yeah, a couple of hours just to come speak to you on the way home.
What can you do in a couple of hours in London? Have you got your plan worked out, where you're going to go, what you're going to do?
Yeah, I mean, I had a couple of interviews. I had to come speak to you, which was very important. And we're having a celebration, you know, for my album. I'm going #1 in the United States. Having a celebration out here somewhere on an undisclosed location. And then right at the end of the night, I'm going to just go jump on the jet and go back to New York.
Single number 2 off the album is going to be the one with Christina Aguilera.
Yes.
I mean, you work with some fine people you mentioned before, but Christina Aguilera, very jealous.
You know, Christina, she definitely has one of the greatest voices, you know, in music right now.
What you thinking about when you get me with
Let me fast forward this because I don't own this live. I mean, I don't own
Possession
this
and 1 count of
copyright.
bribery. Prosecutors claim that he offered his driver Wardell Fenderson $50,000 to claim ownership of the loaded gun found at the crime scene. The trial began in late January 2001. On March 16th, 2001, Combs was acquitted of all charges, as was it.
See, Combs had a history of getting in trouble with the law, and then you know, now he think that, you know what I mean, he can continue to break the law, that everything wasn't going to catch up on him. But it, you know what I mean, it's a sad story, man, that, you know what I mean, once you can, you know what I mean, get away with one crime, you feel you can get away with another crime. And you know what I mean, and that, you know what I mean, that going to jail on these crimes that he committed and did, man. But now he's in a deeper crime. He's in sex trafficking and you know what I mean, this, you know what I mean, arson case, and you got, you know what I mean, you got transportation and prostitution and things like that, forcing people against their will, and you know, he got all these other allegations. Now, you tell me that if he can get himself out of this, you know, and like I said, man, you know what I mean, you got one allegation and you got another allegation, and you got all these new allegations that's coming up, you know what I mean? So, like I said, you know what I mean, you only can play this game so long, man, before, you know what I mean, before it all catch up with you.
His bodyguard. However, his protege, rapper Jamal Shine Barrow, who was accused of firing inside the nightclub and injuring bystanders, was found guilty of assault, reckless endangerment, and criminal possession of a weapon. In addition to his success in music, Combs had established himself as an actor and executive producer in the film and television industry.
Yeah, it's an Oliver Stone movie that's going to be on Warner Brothers, and I'm not totally sure if I'm doing, everybody's just rushing so quick with it, but it's a movie about football, done the Oliver Stone way. It's about this young black kid and this older coach, and it's kind of fly. I'm gonna let Oliver tell y'all the rest of it, because I may not be in it. I don't want to spoil it. I feel great. I'm like kind of speechless in the sense of, you know, we just won for undefeated documentary, best documentary, and I'm just here. I want to hurry get in there and have a drink and celebrate. I didn't really expect to hear it to win, because I never expected award shows to actually hear it. So hearing it I was in shock for a second. I didn't know really what to do, but you know, I just yelled and screamed, and I'm happy. Yes. Yes. Man, I think that the Vanity Fair table coffee top books kind of say it all. If you really go in, it's hard to explain. Like that's the best way. When people ask me about it, I say, you know, you're one of the coffee table books, and the intimacy of this party, the exclusivity, and it's true old Hollywood done in a contemporary style.
He has appeared in numerous films and partnered on TV series like Making the Band 2. He has also executive produced acclaimed documentaries such as Undefeated and Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom. In 2013, he launched Revolt, his own music television network, and established Revolt Films, a production company known for its successful projects like Dope.
The summit is about a discussion. You know, we want to elevate it and open up the conversation to be more than just about music, to be about our culture. As big as the industry is, like, we don't really come together. Like, we have the Google conferences, and we have the, you know, the different conferences around the world, but we don't have conferences for hip hop and the business of hip hop and the culture. And so this is here to fill that void, and you know, to be able to bring it here, starting in Brooklyn, then go to Atlanta, and then go to LA. You know, I think it's important because that's what gave birth to me. Conferences like this gave birth to me, and also other executives like myself. I think information is the key. I think we're in a renaissance right now, and I think there's a whole new generation of entrepreneurs that need information, that need guidance, that need to put some support behind their dream, and that's what it's about. It's about going from you know, just making hit records to stepping up to the responsibility of sharing the information and the power of the information.
It's empowerment, it's unification, and it's also bringing us together in the form of ownership and also educating us, you know, and I think it's needed for the culture.
Well, first of all, Revolt, what I love about the word Revolt is that it's really about being a disruptor, and I'm a disruptor. So, of course, first of all, anything that Diddy does, I want to be a part of it. Second of all, I remember attending the first Revolt conference in Miami, and what I really love is that it's not one of those boring conferences or a boring summit where you sit around and listen that you really don't care about. On top of that, the Dream in Black campaign that I've seen from AT&T, organically really integrating our culture into what matters to us is just amazing. So when they invited me, I had to come.
RuPaul has definitely put themselves at...
See, one thing I gotta say about the black culture and stuff, what they make you do, man. They're trying to ruin the black culture. Do y'all see the play right here? You know what I mean? How they dress us in these mini skirts, and how they, you know what I mean, change hip hop. You know what I mean? Y'all probably didn't know back in the day, you know what I mean, hip hop was, you know what I mean, was a gender to represent homosexuality, man. It's a gender, man. You know what I mean? And that's the reason why they didn't never tell you that hip hop, you know what I mean, was a homosexual gender, man, that people follow, man. You know what I mean? People like Pimp C, rest in peace, can explain this, like how they try to, you know what I mean, change the hip hop culture, man. The hip hop culture is not really what you think it is, man. It's full of homosexuals today, man. You know what I mean? They've been hiding it, man, for a long time, man. You know? That's why you think they went after Tupac and they went after Nipsey Hussle. You know what I mean? If you look at Biggie and his songs, man, he had homosexuals in his songs, man. If you really look into his songs, man, he had homosexual, transsexuals in his songs. Come on, you can't make this stuff up, man. This is how they changed the black hip hop culture, man. That's why I say hip hop ain't hip hop, man. But these are the people you allies. You know what I mean? These are people you look up to. Hip hop ain't hip hop no more, man. Hip hop is dead. You know what I mean? Hollywood is dead. That's why you see Hollywood for what it is. Hollywood's being burned down because, you know, it been so wicked. It been so evil for so long, man. It been so wicked, I say, and it been so evil for so long, man. Look at this guy on the screen, man. You can't make this stuff up, man. You should come as you are, man. But when you follow this kind of gender, you know what I mean? They follow a gender, man. You know what I mean? Hip hop culture is dead today.
As a skeletal brand out here for culture and pushing the conversation, so I'm just here to help. Yeah, because I think we need to remind ourselves that we have platforms that actually celebrate what we're doing out here in our own time. You know, a lot of times, whether you're an influencer, or artist, or a visionary, we're just creating, we're posting on Instagram, we're showing all we have, but you know, events like this kind of give us a platform.
This thing about with Diddy's situation, man. You know what I mean? Like just think about it, man. You think Diddy want to have these wild parties that have drugs in it, where women is drug, rape, and kids is involved, man? Just think about it. There's someone higher up, man. There's someone allowing him to do this crap. Y'all not. I guess y'all not peeping the play. I guess y'all not seeing hip hop for what it is, man. You know what I mean? They made Diddy one of the biggest influencers in the hip hop world, man. You know what I mean? He throws the parties. He do all these things at the party. They make it like he's the bad guy. He's the crook. But there's a crook higher than him. Y'all don't even know that. Y'all don't even know that, huh? You know? When Diddy threw these parties and they made him the you know what I mean? When they made him the biggest bad guy, that's why he got his label Bad Boys, man. Come on, man. You can't make this stuff up, man. They try to make it him the head, you know what I mean, of the hip hop world. That, oh, Diddy, you know what I mean? Diddy got the wild parties. He throws the wild parties. He throws the best parties. Come on, man. Y'all can't make this stuff up, man. You know what I mean? He didn't choose to be that gangster as you got Nelly and you got all these other people. You know what I mean? Young Gotti and all these other hip hop people. You know what I mean? They went out. There's a lot of these people went out. You know what I mean? Murdering and, you know what I mean? Killing and catching bodies, man. You know what I mean? That's the kind of sacrifice these other artists did. But then if you look at the other half, you have like people like Jay-Z represent homosexuality, and you know what I mean? You had, you know what I mean, Diddy. You know what I mean? Just look at Tupac, man. You know what I mean? For example, man. Tupac told, because what he saw, man, what he was involved in, he got tired. And he told what he seen. You can't make this stuff up, man. You can't make this stuff up, man. They'll kill you, man. They'll kill you, man. It's trying to, you know what I mean? See, Tupac is trying to go about being independent. This as Nipsey Hussle did. And they killed Nips. You know what I mean? You can't make this stuff up today, man. You can't make this stuff up today, man.
We can all be together and kind of talk about what we're doing. So I think we're organically creating culture, and Revolve and AT&T are able to help us curate that.
Throughout the years, Combs also demonstrated his commitment to making a positive impact on society. He founded Daddy's House Social Programs, an organization dedicated to assisting inner city youth through initiatives such as tutoring, life skill classes, and an annual summer camp. Additionally, he joined forces with Jay-Z to pledge $1 million for the support of Hurricane Katrina victims in 2005, while also donating clothing from his Sean John line to those affected.
See, it's sad what they want you to hear and what they want you to see, but really, did they really help the people? Did it help the homeless in Hollywood? All those people that was homeless? Did it help the kids? Come on, man. They just want you to see a glimpse You know what I mean? It's all a glimpse that they want you to see, man. These people really didn't help people, man, as you think. There's a lot of young kids trapped in Hollywood, promised careers and all this, right? But did they really help these kids to get careers, to get music, you know what I mean, careers and stuff like that? No. No. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Diddy's partnership with Ciroc Vodka showcases his business ingeniosity. In 2007, he entered into a 50-50 partnership with Diageo, the parent company of Ciroc, and turned it into a massively successful brand. Within a year, the brand's production skyrocketed from a few thousand bottles to 2 million cases.
It's like I said, you see how he turned that Ciroc? He turned that Ciroc to be a popular drink. You know what I mean? That he put his freak off, man. Come on, man. Man, there's no good come out these people, man. Don't think for a second that good comes from these people, man. The devil always working. Remember that. The devil's always working. These people will do the devil's bidding, man. This is why it's all it's a setup, man. When you join the industry, it's all a setup, man. Because there's always these Rothschilds, these Jews. See, Jews run Hollywood, man. And if you don't do what they ask you to do, man, see, it's at the end of the day, I want y'all to understand it's all a failure. No matter what, man, it's all a failure, man. They put you on the pedestal. Yes, man, they put you on the pedestal, man. You know what I mean? They line you up, man. They just like they lined Diddy up, man. Diddy was lined up, man. It would just be a matter of time that somebody will come and open up the Pandora box, man. They'll line you up, man. You can't make this stuff up, man. They put you on the pedestal, man. You can't make this stuff up today, man. You know what I mean? All I do when I get on these lies, I tell the truth, man. I've been to Hollywood. You know what I mean? I could been just like Diddy. You know what I mean? Been up, had all this money. But see, you gotta understand, for the love of money is we're all evil. I say it again, for the love of money is it's a rule, all evil. And some people are eager for it. Some people are destined for it. Some people will go the extra mile. You know what I mean? Some people will do whatever it takes. Some people will kill their own brother for it. You gotta understand how sick the industry is today, man. And how it's designed, you know what I mean, to set you up, man. Like I said, they put you on the pedestal, man. Come on, you can't make this stuff up, man.
I mean, I think it's no puzzle that you know, I have, and a couple of my other counterparts have affected this industry, whether it was our support of Cristal and them not appreciating us, which you shouldn't really drink Cristal anymore, it doesn't really taste good. Drink Ciroc. Just trying to tell you, if you're wondering, drink Ciroc, it tastes better. Especially, I'm going to tell you about I have a drink called the Diddy. It's the best-selling drink in my Justin's restaurants. And it's made by Ciroc vodka, and mixed with lemonade, pineapple, and cranberry juice. And you mix that up with a little bit of sour mix, and trust me.
Are you sure it's mixed with all that stuff, man? With all that ingredients that he's saying, it's mixed with GHB, it's mixed with drugs. He's not telling you all that, right? Man, these people do the devil's bidding. You see that girl on the screen? Man, they do the devil's bidding, man. This is why they're in world trouble, man. You know what I mean? The devil set you up to fail, man. This is why I know the industry for what it is, man. This is why I don't get involved in the industry. You know what I mean? You can't get involved in playing with the devil, man. Because you gotta understand, at the end of the day, it will land you in two places: death, prison. This man is already in prison. You know what I mean? And getting the blues so far, man. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? They do it where they set you up, man. They set brothers against brothers. They set your own kind up with each other. Come on, man. Why you think Cassie opened up that big Pandora box? If Diddy was just if this man was just to settle the lawsuit, he wouldn't be in the situation that he is now, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all gotta read between the lines here, man.
You'll be all right. but drink responsibly. But you know, we have affected from the Pastor Cavassier record with the sales on that going up over 30% during a time when that category was going down. To what we were able to do with Cristal, to even now with the impact we've been able to have on tequila. You know, this is an organic progression. It just took me time to find something that you know, I believed in, but I wouldn't say that I'm going to market it to African Americans. I'm not going to market it to rappers or hip hop listeners. I'm going to, you know, anybody that wants something better. You know, anybody that's out there in the lifestyle, drinking responsibly, and they're looking for something better, this is going to be their drink of choice. I think that would be too easy for me to do. I'm really coming to do things better every time I do things that revolutionize the game.
This venture not only transformed the image of luxury within the hip-hop community, but also positioned Diddy as a key figure in the realm of rappers turned spirit entrepreneurs.
Yeah, I think that one of the things when we hear this concept of artist celebration, the artist celebration is in the details. If you come to any of my functions, it's about the details. It's about the right lighting, the right music, the right ambiance, the right people. And I think the industry has tackled you know, drunk driving and not driving drunk. I think it's a bigger platform that we're going to talk about, which is drinking responsibly.
Look, man, industry is dead. Hollywood is no more, man. They didn't have all this time to trying to get this stuff right, man. But what they want you to do is to do the devil's bidding. That's what they want you to do, man. It's a failure. The industry, and when you join this industry, when you think that it's gravy and everybody's career is gravy, and you got one thing is I want you guys to understand. Look at these people face expression. The face expression tells it all, man. They're not having a good life. Although you think they're having a good life, but it's, you know what I mean, it's miserable, man. Because what they have you do, man. It's miserable. You see before Diddy had got the RICO charge, before he got the case with Cassidy, look, he was crying. There was tears coming down his eyes. You know what I mean? Because he knew at one point when you sign your soul to the devil and you know you can't get out, he was crying, he was begging for mercy, he was begging for help, he was seeking help then. Y'all not peeping to play, man. I want y'all to see and peep the play here, man. But y'all not peeping to play here, man. The industry is dead, man. This is why Hollywood been flame boiled, man. Burger King, flame boiled. Flame boiled. Hollywood been flame. You know what I mean? All these celebrities' houses just burned down, man, from the evil that they did, man. And they thought that the day wasn't gonna come, man. You know what I mean? It's sad, man. And you know, you think that people should have sympathy for what's going on over there in Hollywood, man, LA and stuff, man. Come on, man. It's wicked, man. It's a city where you see Sodom and Gomorrah, man. You know what I mean? You watch the Bible and you see Lot, a righteous man, in Genesis 19:13. He was a righteous man. He was distressed. He had to separate from his nephew Abraham, man, and he went into that city of Sodom and Gomorrah, and you see how God turned that city upside down. You see how he burned it with fire and brimstones. This is what he was doing today. This is God's wrath, his rapture. Now a lot of people think, okay, could the fire been made man-made? Could Diddy have something to do with the fire to get rid of evidence? We don't know. But I do know one thing: is God is an angry God, and He's acted today, and He's making an example. You know what I mean? Of mankind, man. You know what I mean? They had a long time at it, man. They had a long time of party and all this. See, this is what you gotta understand, something. What Jesus says in Matthew 28. He was saying people will be drinking, marrying, partying, doing these things. Today you see in America, they will be partying, drinking, doing these things. So all of a sudden they didn't see the signs. They didn't pay no attention to the signs. They didn't pay no attention to the hour. You see, until all of a sudden you see, this is why if you read 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 7, the earth is being set And the earth is being restored for fervent fire and heat for the ungodly on this day of judgment. I guess you guys ain't peeping and play. I guess you guys ain't seen it. You know, a lot of people might not believe in God. A lot of people might not believe God is real, but I don't find this a coincidence. You know what I mean? During that Golden Global Awards I was invited to, they mocking God. People was mocking God, laughing. Then all of a sudden, days later, you know what I mean, all the celebrities' houses burnt down, man. Come on, man. You can't make this stuff up, man. But they don't like you getting on live and speaking this truth, man. The fact of the matter, they don't like you getting on the live and speaking the truth about what goes on in Hollywood, man. Come on, man. Their whole life is in danger, man. Diddy is facing one of the biggest RICO cases in history, man. And there's a lot of these celebrities that's going to go down, man. You think that this one man on the screen going to go down by himself? No. It's going to start with him. It's going to start with Jay-Z. And it's going to be another list to come up. It's going to be another star to come up, man.
You have to know when you've had your limit, when you know it's too far, when it's not healthy for your body. And I think that by this also, by me having this platform, I will be able to create a unique creative PSAs and also gather a great group of people around, making this something that is a public mission to make sure that when people are out and they're of age, that they drink responsibly, that they're not in clubs trying to drink their sorrows away or going too far, and they're not, it's just about going too far. I take pride in being an ambassador of cool, and when you see somebody and they've had one too many, that's one of the most unsexy looks you can have. It does not fit in the art of celebration. We will not have that at Ciroc.
This is a very exciting time. I'm from Harlem and Mount Vernon, New York. And, to grow up in those neighborhoods, we always saw Times Square as something that was so overwhelming. And to now be able to take over Times Square, as a New York boy, I'm just proud and happy to be here. This is truly a humbling experience. The whole campaign is about step into the circle. It's about the inner circle. So when I talk about this circle, I talk about my inner circle of friends. We about to do it. I love my friends and I love y'all. Let's go.
In 2009, Combs formed and produced the musical group Diddy, Dirty Money, which released their debut album, Last Train to Paris, in 2010.
What can I get It's been an amazing experience. We're going to perform a couple of new songs. You know what I mean? We're going to do some old songs, some old bad boy songs we're going to help Diddy with. Of course, a little melody or something. I mean, we're going to have fun tonight. We're going to show up. I hope people are ready to sweat because we might go over our time. We might just have a good time out there tonight.
You're excited about this thing, right? How thought is it? How many people did you be part of the group?
I mean, well, I was a part of a group before, so it was, but this is a whole different level of awesomeness right here. But, you know what, it feels good. I like Puff says, it feels good to work with a team. I'm better with a team, and these people make me better, and I just feel like my lighting looks better when I have two people next to me. Things just look a little bit better when I have people that have support with me, so it feels good, and to be here and have y'all see how great we really are and what we could be. We sharing it with y'all first, so y'all get the raw and uncut. New Dirty Money, I mean, how great is that?
It's the playoffs. He always chokes in January. Bro. He's balling out.
They're not fixing the snow. No chance. My guy will smoke them.
Did you not see him reverse hurdle a dude? It's the playoffs.
You should put that on Prize Picks.
But we're in California.
So it's Prize Picks.
Just pick more or less on a few players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Download the app today and get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. Available in 30 plus states, including California.
Delicious multi-meal cereal checks every box. Big bag, big value. Big flavor. Big smiles. They savor, you save.
In Stonyfield Organic Yogurt save the world? That's a lot to ask of yogurt. But if it's a really good yogurt, made with high-quality ingredients and no harmful pesticides, it can absolutely save your day. Stonyfield Organic. Good on purpose.
ventured into the clothing industry, Diddy distinguished himself by infusing his brand with elements of luxury and grandeur. This approach mirrored his strategy in subsequent ventures, wherein he provided his clientele with aspirational products and fulfilled their desires with what he refers to as a supreme product.
Hey everybody. Hello. How y'all doing? Welcome to Macy's. This has been a partnership of over 13 years that is constantly and still evolving in a positive direction. Today, us opening up our own shops that will give us our own unique identity and give you a piece of the lifestyle that we're trying to also give you through the clothes and apparel. This is the first of many shops that we hope to open in the 400 doors that we're in with Macy's, and I just look forward to the future. Just get the big one. Go. All right, come on everybody. Come on everybody. Come on.
As a result, Diddy received the prestigious Menswear Designer of the Year award from the Council of Fashion Designers of America in 2004, making him the first black designer to be honored in that category since 1981. This disruption in the industry's landscape continues to influence the present day, as Fashion Week shows prominently feature creators of color who seamlessly blend streetwear and high fashion.
You're a man known for his fashion sense. You obviously have your own fashion range, which has done really well. People may not know that you've won awards year in, year out for your clothing line, haven't you, as well?
Yeah, I won they call it the Oscar of the Fashion Awards. It's called a CFDA award, and it's the top honor you could get as a designer.
Not bad at all. I was hoping maybe you could give us some tips. I mean, I struggle, as you can see. I was thinking,
to be honest, the look you have on right now is really in. It's really chic. It's really the trendy look right now. 3-piece suits are in heavily, especially with jeans or with corduroys, or dressing it up or dressing it down the way you want it to dress up or dress down. A little bit of dirt on your sneakers gives some character.
Quite a lot of I think you're being too kind there.
I am quite very dirty sneakers gives you a lot of character.
I took the waistcoat look from Justin Timberlake. I thought if he can rock it, I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
I think I can dance like him. I don't quite get the girls like he does, but
yeah.
It's worth a shot.
Yeah. I mean, you look good. It's a great cut. I mean, definitely the British are known for some of the best cuts in the world on suits. So, you look good, man.
Oh, thank you very much.
The brand's unapologetic defiance of conventions has become the new standard, and Sean John can be credited with blurring the boundaries between different styles. Sean Combs continues to embody the same determination and entrepreneurial spirit in his philanthropy endeavors and political activism. Recently, he took a leading role in responding to the water crisis in Flint, Michigan, by pledging 1 million bottles of his Aqua Hydrate water and providing long-term assistance to the area.
When I tasted this water, I fell in love with this water. It was that simple. I really do not like the taste of a majority of the waters that are on the market. I'm just a regular consumer looking for something always that makes me feel good and taste good. But the real story behind my involvement is that I grew up in Harlem, New York, and the favorite beverage of Harlem was Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid, all flavors, made with a ½ pounder bag of sugar. And throughout the years, that was my beverage of choice. I would never drink water. That's why I have so much flavor. So much. but no, I was a Kool-Aid kid. I never drank water. As I started getting older and as I started having kids, the importance of having balance in my life became more important to me. The different waters tasted like chemicals. They didn't have what this water has. The alkalinity, the pH level, the balance that I need. So I fell in love with this water. And that's the most important thing for me
as far as getting into a business is falling in love with something that will naturally be in my lifestyle. I knew that this was the water for me to be in business with because my kids loved it. I have 6 kids. And once I saw them starting to drink water because they have my DNA and they were also Kool-Aid kids, it was something that it was proven to me that we could have success in it. Mark is probably the only person I can say that works harder than me, that knows how to market as good as me, and this is a water that we're going to take all the way to the top.
In August 2016, Combs launched the Capital Preparatory Harlem School, a charter school he founded in Harlem, New York, further exemplifying his commitment to education. Undoubtedly, Diddy, an influential mogul who has left an undeniable mark on the music industry.
Here's my thing that I have. How did Diddy do all these good things coming out, you know what I mean? Because he came out, had a good, you know what I mean, college education, but how he come out to be this bad boy, be this bad guy, be this crook that everybody label him as. You know what I mean? You know, you can only go so far, and I've been saying this, when you worth that $1 billion, man, and you making more money than these people that put you in, you know what I mean, all of a sudden you find out you be discredited, man, that they'll take they take everything from you, man. They coming from you. You know what I mean? And you know, I think Diddy messed up was with the Cassie case. You know what I mean? Instead of settling for the lawsuit, what Cassie did, that it will never be forgotten, man. Cassie opened up a Pandora box for Diddy, man. Diddy had no business doing what he did to Cassie, man. Diddy brought his failure on his own, man. You know what I mean? He brought that on his own, man. It's sad when, you know what I mean, everybody, you know, we can see the footage, what happened. His mama can see it. His sons, his daughters, his family can see what happened on the footage, man. And you can't, it's going to be hard to, you know what I mean, when you go into trial on a RICO charge, man. You know what I mean? They're going to look at this, man. They're going to look at the past history that, you know what I mean, Diddy got away with a lot of stuff, man, and never went to jail for the stuff that he did in the day, man. So, man, it's sad for him to ruin his life, man. You know what I mean? And he's ruined his life, you know what I mean, doing drugs, you know what I mean, alcohol, and choosing that kind of wild life, man. You know what I mean? And I don't know whether I want to blame his mom for this failure, man, because mom grew up being a Harlem drug dealer, man. She had all the drug dealers that she knew around. You know what I mean? As he was a child, he lost his dad when he was a child. You know, and like I said, there was freak off in this house. You know what I mean? There was alcohol, drugs, prostitution. You had all this stuff that was going on when he, you know what I mean, when he was a child in his childhood days, man. So, like I said, man, it's hard, man. It's hard today when you have to grow up as a child and see all this, man. You know what I mean? His dad was murdered when he was, you know what I mean, when he was a kid, man. It's sad that you got to be behind bars now. After 54 years of your life, man, you know what I mean, you put yourself behind bars. You know what I mean? It's sad, man. It's very sad, man. It's very sad how violent you can be and how long you can rate it to put yourself in that kind of position. 54 years old, you getting old. You know what I mean? How long you gonna stand up and fight? You know, because when you in the bars, man, you got young people that's sitting there, man, all day, man, and you know what I mean. It's always gonna be someone coming up to you, big and bad, gonna come up to you, and Diddy ain't, you know what I mean. Diddy ain't young no more. We got always think, man, he's not young no more, man. You know what I mean? And he had all that time, man. He had all that time to think about. You know what I mean? He's not young, you guys. He's not young to be in prison. You know what I mean? He's not young, man. He's old, man. He's old. He's not supposed to be in prison. He's too old to try to put himself in that position to be in prison. You know what I mean? I can see if he was young going in there, but like I said, y'all, man, he's not young. He's not young to be in there, man. He's old. He's 54 years old, man. He had no business you know what I mean, going to prison, man. You know what I mean? He has no business going in prison, doing prison time, man. Come on, man. Why would you make these kind of rational decisions, man? Put yourself behind bars, man. You know, it's sad, man. It's sad because not only that, man. There's Jay-Z, man. Jay-Z and I guess Jay-Z and Diddy about the same age. You know what I mean? And like I said, Jay-Z is next, man. And you know, we got Beyonce right there, man. It's sad, y'all. It's sad, you know what I mean, how these people put themselves in this kind of position, man. You know, it's sad. It's sad that we can look at the industry, we can look at hip-hop. Hip-hop is dead for the black culture. It's dead for the black culture, man. It always had been. You know what I mean? It's always had been, man. You know, it's over, man. It's Hollywood, the dreams, and you know what I mean, doing the movies and doing the music it's all dead and it's all over, man. Hollywood been flame boiled, man. Burger King, BK, flame boiled. It's gone. It's gone. And it's sad. It's sad that it had to come down to it, man. Many people lost their home, and they're not talking about it, man. I would never knew LeBron James lost his home. Look what's coming up with LeBron James, man. He's cheating on his wife, and you know what I mean. Karma is karma, man. He had a side chick, and didn't know LeBron was into it with snowflakes, with snow bunnies, man. You know, it's sad, man, that these celebrities losing their homes, man. It's sad, man. You got a list of these people losing their homes, and they're not even saying this kind of stuff on the news, man. You know what I mean? But like I said, man, hey, you lay your, you know what I mean? You lay up in your bed, however you made your bed. You know what I mean? You gotta lay in it. You know what I mean? It's sad that it had to come down to it. To all, you know what I mean? Like it had to come down to this, man. It had to come down to this, man. It's sad, y'all. It's sad, man.
Particularly in hip-hop. But it was not to last. In the same year, a video was released. The video appears to show Combs assaulting his former girlfriend, Cassandra Ventura, in a Los Angeles hotel hallway.
I was I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video.
Now, Combs shared that video on social media this morning. He's reacting to this 2016 video that came to light on Friday, showing him punching and kicking his longtime girlfriend and protege Cassie Ventura in a hallway of this hotel.
Since this incident, many allegations have risen, claiming Combs had been involved in the sex trafficking industry, alongside sexual assault. Music producer Rodney Jones filed a similar suit to Cassie's, alleging Combs abused him over a year-long period while he lived on Combs' property as a collaborator. The suit did not come to fruition, but it did act as a spotlight on Combs' potential misdoings. Further claims came from plaintiff April Lampros regarding Combs' alleged sexual assault between 1995 and 2001. Similar claims were also provided by former model Crystal McKinney, who claimed the rapper drugged and sexually assaulted her in 2003. Combs' response to the onslaught of further allegations have remained as such. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth. After the allegations, Combs stepped down as chairman of Revolt, alongside receiving a colossal amount of negative media attention. Combs' honorary degree from Howard University was subsequently revoked. Furthermore, the mogul was axed from Miami. The statement from Commissioner David Suarez goes as followed. As long as I am a city commissioner of Miami Beach, women beaters, sexual predators, and pedophiles will have no place in our city. As of summer 2024, Combs has not been formally charged or accused by federal prosecutors of any crime. Many of Combs' friends have distanced themselves from him, whilst others remain loyal, eager to support the artist against the allegations. Sean Combs is a complicated individual. On one hand, he demonstrated a visionary approach, showcasing his ability to recognize talent and seize opportunities. From founding his label to pioneering successful ventures like Ciroc and Sean John, Diddy's entrepreneurial spirit has made him a trailblazer. On the other hand, the scandals and allegations have undoubtedly impacted the rapper's image. With his admittance to assaulting his ex-girlfriend to receiving a jaw-dropping degree of allegations, it's no surprise that P. Diddy has become one of the most talked about names in the music industry, for better or for worse.
To your family, I feel you.
Verse from Biggie. In June 1993, Uptown Records released Biggie's first solo single, Party and Bullshit.
I was a terror since
Around the same time, Biggie was facing financial concerns as he
Okay, hold on, you guys.
shooting during a drug transaction after being mistaken for an informant. Sean Combs, also known as Diddy, is a truly influential name in the music industry. From his humble beginnings as a songwriter and rapper, Diddy's talents and ambition propelled him to astonishing heights of success, making him one of the most influential moguls in the business.
I'm like any audience member that's out there that had that dream to be somebody and wanting to make this culture a career.
From his early days as a groundbreaking hit, Diddy's journey in the music world has been extremely diverse. Not content with just being a songwriter and rapper, he took on the role of a talent scout, discovering some of the industry's brightest stars. With an unmatched eye for talent, he played a pivotal role in shaping the careers of numerous artists.
All right, you guys, man, it's been a long day, man. You know what I mean? I guess YouTube is playing with the life right now. But I'm gonna end this live, man. But like I said, you guys, I won't get back on, but man, it's been a long day, man. It's been a long day, man. I'm gonna end this live, man. I thank you guys for tuning in, man. Till then, I'm out.